What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You guys are watching Inside the Coils. It's going to be another solo live. Well, it's not really solo. I've got some hidden guests going to be joining me. One of them is backstage right now. It's been a long weekend. It's been a good weekend. Hopefully, everybody that is tuning in had as good of a weekend as what I did. I found out some new things, learned some new things, possibly. I don't know how you want to spin it. We'll dive into it, though, tonight. Try not to embarrass too many people on it, but for all you old people out there, you might learn something new tonight, just saying. We might be starting a new trend here. Anyway, before we do dive into it and bring out our guests, or our co-host, co-guest, however you want to look at it, hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Comment all you want. If you guys have any topics you want to cover tonight, drop them in the chat as well. I will try to get to them. Also, don't forget, drop a comment in the actual comment section of the video. I think you might have to wait till the video is over, though. Do it after the video, though, so that way you don't miss anything. But drop me a comment, guys. Some of the updates, some of the news I'm going to be going over, I would like to hear your feedback as to what you guys think, feel on that. So go ahead and do that for me. So let's go ahead, bring out the empty camera that is backstage right now. So let's go ahead and bring out the empty camera that is backstage right now. We'll see how long it takes for somebody to get here in front of the camera, folks.
You gotta give him a minute. He went downstairs.
Well, you're here though, Christine. You could be the smiling face. So while we wait for John to join us, because obviously Christine's saying to hell with this shit tonight because she knows some of what we're going to dive into, or maybe John told her she can't be part of it because Christine might be part of the problem too.
I'll be around listening.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm beat.
Oh, come on, Christine. So for anybody that doesn't know, this weekend was Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC. It was a great show. I had a blast as always. I was super pleased with how the show went. Sales were good. Decent. Made decent. I'm not gonna lie. Made a good. I'm not gonna say I made a crap ton of money, but it was definitely one of my best shows that I've had. Yeah, I got to move some animals. It was nice. It was neat seeing and meeting so many more people that watch the channel, enjoy the channel, all that good stuff. It was just a good time, guys. Absolutely good time. I always have fun at that show. It's one of those shows I don't care if I sell anything. That may sound weird. I know. I don't need to sell anything. I mean, I have fun at all the shows. Gettysburg is that exception where I don't care if I sell anything at all just because I have such a good time with everybody. It's a riot. It's a hoot the whole show. Every once in a while, you do get to escape your table if you have somebody helping you and kind of go torment everybody a little bit. So it's just a fun show. Let's see here. Let's go through, say hi to some people. Sammy, what's up, dude? Sammy, I brought that picture along for Holly just in case you did show up, even though I did not know if you were coming or not. So I was prepared. But Sammy, hope you're doing good. The show was amazing yesterday. What's up, Will? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you in the chat. Tara, Voodoo Dog Royals are not only one of the top tier channel members, but also our supplier of Yoo-Hoo at the Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC. For those of you that don't know, Tara always, and I mean always, her and her husband Scott come with a huge freaking box of Yoo-Hoo. Every show, religiously. And this time, I kind of, you all know I love my friends so much. But I don't like giving away too much good luck. So, Tara gave me the box of Yoo-Hoo right in front of John. And apparently, in order for the good luck to pass on to other people, you have to give someone a Yoo-Hoo instead of letting them get their own damn Yoo-Hoo. Because I refused to hand John a Yoo-Hoo. I held the box there so that way he could pick his own damn Yoo-Hoo. And apparently, if you do it that way, it doesn't give you any luck. You've got to be given the Yoo-Hoo itself. Is that correct, John?
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. I had all the luck in the world.
Yeah, after I gave you a Yoo-Hoo midway through the day.
Oh no, is that how that works?
Yeah, buddy, that's how that works. Because I did feel bad later on in the show, guys. I did go over and I hand delivered Yoo-Hoo to the Triforce table, which then I believe after that Yoo-Hoo was given, money started raining down upon Triforce. If I do recall, possibly that might have been how that happened. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Who am I to argue with the Yoo-Hoo gods? Ooh, we got another buddy out back here. He's literally out back too.
I'm out back for show.
What up, Chris? How you
All
doing?
I heard was Yoo-Hoo God. What's going on?
Well, when Tara, we lost John. What the hell?
What's he doing?
Dude, it's John and Tech do not go together, man. It's like
I saw he reached to touch something and he was gone.
he probably hit something. Like, you know that scene in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think it was Volume 2, when they're trying to teach Groot how to blow up what's his face's brain or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's going through, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, and he wasn't supposed to touch the red button. He was supposed to touch the other thing, and he goes, I am Groot, and pushes the red button. That's kind of John with tech.
Where's his IT at?
Dude, I don't know. Christine probably left. Like, she's probably the hell with this shit. I'll just tell him I'm going to be around, and I'm not going to be there.
He's like, sweet, somebody relieved me. I'm out.
Yeah. So, for anybody that doesn't know, next week, folks, this guy here will be running the live stream for me.
What guy?
This guy right here.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, that guy right there will be running the live stream for me. Holly will be helping him along.
Yes, please.
But, he's got some really cool guests lined up for next week. So do you want to tease who they are? You guys are going to love the thumbnail that I'm working on for. I mean, the thumbnail's basically been pre-done, which I laughed hysterically at. But
nice. I love that picture, man. It gets me going every time I see it.
Dude, it was freaking hilarious. So tell people who you got lined up for next week, bro.
Next week, we're going to have the infamous dynamic duo on. We're going to have the Whiz Tang captain and the General T Keys on both. And we're just gonna discuss a few things about collaborating in this awesome industry and the ups and downs and just the benefits of working off of each other and help building your brand as well as other people's and we're gonna talk a little bit about rats.
Ooh.
Nobody talks about rats, so we got to touch on that a little bit.
Nobody does talk about rats. You're right. We all talk about snakes. Nobody talks about rats.
Yep, and that's a very important key in this, especially if you're trying to succeed in this industry. I feel. Because I mean, what's the worst thing of getting stuck without having any rats to feed your animals? If you can't feed your animals, you ain't gonna produce any snakes.
This is true. This is
My
true.
iPad died.
Johnny, what happened? Would you hit the eject button?
Yeah, I hit abort. Jeremy's talking shit about that Yoo-Hoo. I couldn't take it.
So let's go through here, say hi to some more people here. Who else we got? Matt, Evan B, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning
Matty
in.
boy, what's up, buddy? He was out today.
Oh, he was out today.
That guy puts on miles, man. He drove 3.5 hours to Gettysburg to Venn, and then he drives over 2 hours to come get rats from me. He's loyal, man.
Did he get live or frozen?
He gets live, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you got frozen, why didn't you just get them from you at the show?
That was an option. We were gonna try to do a live swap, but he forgot his containers.
Well, you can't have rats running.
It's a lot of work bringing live rats to the show, though.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Jared, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. I don't know why Scott isn't in here. What is that camera shy bastard? But what up, Scotty?
Scooty.
Oh God, we got the one, the only, the man that started one of the main topics of tonight.
What's the main topic? Oh shit!
The Bang Daddy.
Let's face it. This topic kind of took us by storm on Friday night, and I think it needs to be discussed a little bit here tonight.
I missed this.
Oh, dude, you big time freaking missed out Friday night. We were basically pissing ourselves laughing over our system of this. I mean, it was pretty freaking bad, man.
I lost one of my lives laughing so hard. One of my souls have left my body and went to hell. It was bad.
Dude, those are the best kind of laughs when you start cramping up and your face hurts.
Oh,
Dude.
my face hurts today.
I was freaking crying. I was laughing that hard. Like it was bad. It was bad. Jared, my morning was way better than my afternoon. Afternoon was just kind of the morning was the highlight for me. I hit my high in the morning to midday, but afternoon it was kind of just chill. Very busy talking to people, but like no real sales through. Yeah,
we were the exact opposite.
See, yeah, it was so weird, dude. It was so weird. Like morning, it was freaking balls to the walls. Like the whole day, it felt like I couldn't escape. Escape sounds bad, but I couldn't really leave the table too much.
I didn't talk to an actual customer until almost noon.
Really?
That's what I saw, John. Like between like 11 and 1, that's when it was like 11 to 2. It was like nonstop.
Yep. I didn't talk to. I mean, I talked to all the friends and the vendors, and a couple people I knew, and that kind of thing. But actually, like people like asked me anything about an animal or like were interested in really like thinking about something. It was about 12:30. I was like, holy shit. I was saying, I was like, if it keeps up like this, I was like, wow. People were in the building. It's just I just didn't feel like I was talking to anybody at that point.
No, dude, it was like legit. It seemed like all day it was like I was tired. By the end of the day, it sounds bad. I was tired of freaking talking to people. By the end of the day, I was just done.
It can be mentally exhausting.
It was, yes, it was mentally freaking exhausting because it would never fail. Someone would come up and they'd start talking like a decently long conversation. Some of them, I bet you went 20. The one conversation I know went all but 30 minutes.
Oh,
and the other people were coming up and looking at stuff and talking. And of course, Dom had to handle them. So Dom doesn't know. Dom's like, yes, that's a ball python. That's a carpet. That's the extent of his knowledge, man. Like that. Like,
did you have to wake him up first?
Genetic aspect. Oh yeah, no, dude, he did stay awake. He is doing better about staying awake at shows.
That's better than Sorrentino. He was sleeping by 2:30.
Yeah, we got pictures.
I didn't know he fell asleep at the show.
I got him doing. Freaking baby got back dancing, all kinds of shit.
Oh, that was classic. It was the Genuine.
He had me crying for like the first 2 hours of the show.
He was riding that pony.
Oh my god,
dude! I really missed out then on that shit.
I was around the other side on Nate's side, and Christine's like, "You gotta come see this shit." So maybe I was too busy watching him, not talking to people. I don't know.
maybe your vision was really messed up after that site, though, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like Don would be talking to customers, and I'd be listening in. I'd be fully invested in the conversation I was having. Also trying to listen in on what the hell Dom was talking to people about, because knowing Dom doesn't know the genetic aspect, if I had to intervene, I could.
He's over here going, my dad makes me videotape these things when I want to be out with my girlfriend. Like,
oh, I didn't hear him say any of that. The one, though, I was talking to a gentleman, really awesome dude. He was an older guy. Been to Australia. Basically, we were talking Australian stuff. He's one of the people that I think he is the cause or the reason that there's olive pythons in the country. He was like the first person to bring them in, something like that. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
So it was a really cool conversation. And Dom had somebody ask him, I heard yellow belly. And Dom didn't really say anything other than just smiling and like doing some motion with his head. And after the gentleman and his wife that I was talking to walked off, and the person Dom half-ass responded to, walked off. I said to him, I was like, what did they ask? I was like, all I heard was yellow belly. He said, oh, the guy asked something about a pastel yellow belly. And I just told him, I don't know. And I was like, Dom, it's right there in the rack, dude. It was right in front of you in the tower. He goes, oh, shit, boy.
Oh, man.
It's great having help, but I guess sometimes you
might as well just bring Hudson next time, you know?
Dude, I bet you people would buy snakes because of how cute that boy is.
Absolutely.
You put on a song of some sort, he'll go and give the people a little bit of a jig of some sort because he bounces around, gets these hips into it, and gets these arms swinging. People will just throw money at that boy. They won't even take a snake. They'll just throw money at that boy.
I've definitely seen more people with kids or children opt to come to the table when you have kids behind the table yourself. They definitely, I feel like they feel like you are more approachable then.
Yep.
Oh.
It's very interesting. Like the Repticon, when I had the whole family there, I can't tell you how many families came up to the table. It was nonstop all day long.
I never thought of it like that, but
What's up, Rob?
I could see that, dude. I could. Yeah, what up, Rob? James, what's up? Thanks for tuning in as well. Shane, what's up?
Yo, Shane.
Yo.
Let's see here. I want to ouch Danny for.
Ouch him.
I was gonna say, I don't know what he did. Correct himself with pinch, but I don't. And then he corrected himself again with punch.
He said pinch, punch, ouch. I don't know,
ouch,
man.
Pinch, punch. Damn,
first pinch him, then punch him, then it'll be ouch.
that is
give him an ouchie.
He was feeding me Miller Lite, not Yoo-Hoo, so I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
I'm assuming that's Christine saying she needs the inhaler. All right, I want to say this. This guy Phil? Here, Phil, what up, bro? For one, two, I'm sorry I didn't get to come over and chat with you.
Jeremy, but, dude, I didn't get to walk anywhere.
I walked around before the show started looking for Phil. I couldn't find him. I found everybody else under the sun.
You know, the farthest I went away from my table, which is weird because I really wasn't busy. Like I was saying, I'm noon. I usually go walk around all that shit, but I usually do it in the afternoon. But long story short, the longest I went away from my table was Chris's table. Right across. That's right as far as I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even get over to you, Jeremy, like set up.
No, you didn't. No.
Nope. I didn't make it over there either.
I felt like I was over, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I didn't even go say hi to anybody.
See, like to me, I mean, I don't know the exact numbers for the foot traffic for a summer show, middle of July, prime freaking, family vacation time. I thought that was a damn good turnout, and I know there's. From things that I heard from our chat, things that I've heard from Joe, things that I've heard from just talking to other people, some people did good, some people didn't do good. And some people kind of been right down the middle. They did good enough that they were pleased, but they didn't kind of exceed expectations.
In 10 years of doing this, from the feedback I heard across the board, just like people coming up to the table, talking to me, talking to Joe a little bit, like you said, talking to everybody, this was the most hit or miss show I've ever heard.
Okay.
It was surprisingly one of my better Gettysburg shows, believe it or not, between Coco and Snake Sales, which blew my mind. I didn't go into it with a hard head, but I was like, it is what it is, and I was pleased. I was very pleased.
Buddy. Yeah, buddy. I'm dead serious. Like I talked to somebody, they're like, I didn't say one thing, and I talked to somebody else, and they're like, this is probably one of the better Gettysburgs I ever had, or show period. And I'm like, wow, man, that's like drastic. And it was over and over and over again, like talking to people. And I'm like, okay.
And the thing is, too, is like the price, like, I mean, my stuff is kind of right in that sweet spot for show price range.
Mm-hmm.
Will said he Jacob here warped up reptiles. I can't even. I don't know if I
Wrapped up.
Oh, wrapped up. Got it.
Put your glasses on, old man.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's been like I said. I'm still tired, man. I've been going at it all day strong today too.
Two steaks is better than none, Will.
Will Kelly,
Two
he
steaks
asked
is
how
better
many
than
did
none.
everybody sell, or was it just?
Oh, we
did-
sold 6, but this show here, I usually this time of year probably have 15 clutches out, right? Probably shed, ready for show time. Well, this year I only had literally 3 clutches out that were ready to show.
Oh,
They were
wow.
small clutches, 5, 6, and 7, and I only took half of them. I had a couple holdbacks. So all my stuff on the table for the first time in years was basically holdback stuff because I sold out pretty much last year. So it was like holdback stuff, like I'm kind of flirting with letting go. If it goes, like that kind of stuff. So it's higher priced stuff, which we're known for, like really decently priced, decent stuff. So to still be selling with holding that kind of stuff, I can't complain. I can't bitch, right?
No.
Like one snake would equal something like 10 snakes from what I sold yesterday.
Right.
And it saved the day. But again, like I said, I'm showing $600, $700, $800, $900 animals, 1,000, 1,200, versus having the nice $50 to $100, $150 animals right now.
Yep.
So, like I said, then if that's going, to me, it's still solid. Like I wouldn't expect to go in there kicking no ass or nothing yesterday. I was like, these are holdbacks, man. That people just don't walk into shows with $1,000 and be like, okay, I'm ready to buy this snake.
Not
Oh,
these days.
Not these days, especially. And like I said, it's been just cruising along. Now the babies are coming. Now the next Gettysburg, the next like shows
November.
coming up, we will start having the babies out now, because now like I got 100 babies almost shed out, and they'll be eating food. And because I told the people, because they kept coming up, they're like, "Why are snakes so big? Like, where are all the babies?" I'm sitting there, I'm like, "They're coming, guys. All this holdback stuff you won't see again. So if you see something now, you better buy it. Like,
you better jump
Yeah,
on it.
right.
you know me, and you
Scoop
know
it.
whatever. I'm a hoarder. You'll never see it again."
And
Yeah, I didn't have any 24 stuff with me.
no, see,
Nope.
everything I have. I mean, I have 123 left. And that's my pastel OD head exanthic female.
So this is like one
I
hell of a
thought
year,
she was
too.
going to go too.
In a down market, which everybody talks about. I know we're selling cheaper, but you had one hell of a year too. If you're down to one baby left from 23, you had one hell of a year.
Yep, and that's the one thing I do want to highlight too is I don't know who or why people say this that you can't sell shit, and is like it's bullshit. Like I will flat out tell you, if you aren't able to sell snakes in this market, yes, you may have to work a little bit harder for your sales.
The confusion
Absolutely.
is the prices have come down on good stuff. That's the confusion. That is a real thing. Like pied females, right? They're 400, 300 last year. Now you're seeing them for 150, maybe sometimes $100. And that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. I get that. Like, but that's what the market is. There, it's you type in the morph market, pied female, normal gene. How many pop up? 180, right? 200, 300.
That's
probably.
a good bit, yeah.
So guess what? Like everybody has them. So now you go to the next tier to put type a gene in. Now it drops down to 50. Now type 2 genes in. Now it drops to 25. Now type a gene nobody has, 10. Well, that's where the money's at. And people will still buy that still top of the market, which is no different in 2015, 16, 17, 18. Every year I've been doing this since, it's always been that way.
Mhm.
But it's just now there's just more of this stuff because a lot of breeders got in. A lot of breeders made a lot of freaking snakes. So the market, the demand's real getting lower a little bit on some of that stuff, and the freaking supply's high. So you gotta sell cheap. And people are freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God, it's so cheap." I'm like, guys, before you freak out, go type in a more point. How many are on there? 2,000. Okay, dude, that's not rare.
Yeah,
It's not a rare baseball card. What's a common baseball card worth? 5 cents? But if you freaking want Mickey Mouse, bro, you're gonna spend $100,000. Now, snake market's no different.
The one of a kind now.
Yeah, snake market's no different. If there's freaking barely anybody, 5 people in the world got it. You're gonna pay for it.
Yep.
And the thing is too that I think a lot of people need to keep in mind. In my I've got limited experience. This is just my feelings, what I've noticed, felt, seen.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the majority of the tables. One display has a big, it matters what you display, how you present yourself.
Sure.
That determines a lot of if people come up to you take you serious, how they approach you, that kind of stuff. But a lot of the animals you see on the majority of the tables are the exact same thing they just saw 20 of on every other table before they got to you.
Why is that, Jeremy?
Because everybody's chasing the same freaking project.
That's part of it. Why else is this? Think about it. You've been doing this 3 years. Why is this? Why are these guys, the newer guys, coming with a lot of the same stuff you see over and over and over again?
Because they bought the cheap shit from everybody else.
They bought the cheap shit from me, you, and everybody else, slapped it together. They finally made babies, and they go, God damn it, I wanted it for $40, but now I want to get paid for it.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened. They took literally a $100 animal to a $100 animal. They made babies, but they think their babies need to be sold because they made them.
Yeah.
Never mind that they beat you up on your price 2 years ago to get that animal for freaking $100 and whatever instead of buy a better animal. That's what you're seeing.
And
at least that's what I'm seeing.
What's up, Tara?
I think I want to touch base on this comment too that Tara made. That's why I have it up there for so long, so that way I don't forget it. I think the other thing is too is it's one thing. How do I want to put it? If you start out with animal A, say it's one of our byproducts, okay? Say, for instance, I'll use that pastel OD head exanthic girl I've got. You got that, okay? Invest the money on a damn good male, whether it's for me, breeder Joe, or whoever. Invest the money in a good male so that way you're not making low-end shit. You're making better shit than what you started off with. You prepared to progress. I think that's like it kind of goes down to this too. Like nobody looks towards the future. They're so short-sighted. And John just great. John's
one of them.
Long story short, yesterday, this is a real quick one. Guy came up to me. He bought, I guess he bought Matter Makers off me back in 17, cinnamon champagnes. And he saw that I had a girl on the table, breeder, for $650. And he looked at me. He said, why? He said, why would you have it that cheap? And I said, what do you mean, why would I have it that cheap? I was like, you think that's cheap? And he was like, well, it's ridiculous. So I said, you should buy it. Long story short, he's like, I didn't even make them yet, and they fell that hard. I said, bro, when did you buy that snake off of me? He said, I think it was back in 2014. I said, 14, it hasn't bred yet. I said, okay, you're slow growing it.
10 years.
Yeah, it's right. It's
14
years, guys.
10 years.
You're not feeding it. Slow grow. Fuck
maybe
that.
he had the date wrong. I didn't think, I'm sitting there thinking 10 years. I don't even remember having him 10 years ago, but goddamn. But anyway, so maybe he bought it back in 17, 18, but that's what he said. And but I called him. I was like, that's 10 years ago. I said, but literally, dude, I said, I've been making Matters since probably 2019, right? Straight up Matters. We were one of the only people in the world with him. We were second to hit him.
18.
So 18, right? So 18, I made him. So literally, what I'm saying is, it was big then. It was huge. It was like the only one with them. So I was only getting, just say I was selling them for $1,500, $2,000, whatever they were back then. To be $650 in today's market, 2024, is not a huge drop off when they were only originally $1,000, $1,200.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all.
So half, right? You're talking 6-7 years ago, and he was like freaking out that I hurt the market with this, and I went, bro, I'm the one who created the market for the Matter. Like, what are you talking about here? Like, seriously, when we made them literally 3 weeks after the first one was ever made. It's like, to me, I thought 650 was a very respectable price. I thought it was a kick-ass deal. Don't get me wrong; it's a breeder female. But it was respectable. It wasn't like I was sitting there hammering it. Like, this girl should be worth $1,800, and I got her on the table for $650. Like, I had to sit there and think about it for a second. I'm like, am I being shitty? Like, is this guy got a point? I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, no, this is a codom snake with no recessives.
Yep. Not even het.
Right. Like, it's a lot of, like, I think people have a real big, whatever that word is, misconception of what value actually is. And some of these guys got really good shit. And they don't even know they got really good shit, and they're selling it cheap. And they're not realizing what they have, they don't have to sell it that cheap. It's just like a ghost clown male with a gene. I've seen one go for like $500. Dude, there's not many people in the world that got that kind of stuff. You don't got to sell it that cheap. Sell the heads that cheap. Sell the whatever. Like, but you're cutting off your arm, basically selling something that cheap. And it's happening a lot. I'm watching the auctions with it. They're putting up sunset clowns. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. But they
So we
they
can-
the lines are blurred. They don't understand. Like cheap shit is cheap shit, and expensive stuff is expensive stuff.
Yeah, and we can talk about the options, the auctions too later on the night, because I know Chris has a very good, strong feeling on the auctions as well.
Get me started.
So
Yeah, I'm pretty opinionated on these days too, Chris. So
I
mean,
want to touch
I'm all-
base here on. I want to touch base here on Tara's comment, and then I'm going to run the first sponsor ad quick. But Tara said at one point Dom got bit, never missed a beat in his conversation. That I will give that boy credit. His first, all right, Dom's held the bigger carpets. He's held Xena even. Never took a bite from any snake yet. All right. And of course, I was talking with the customer. The first customer Dom had to actually really deal with getting a snake out for the day. Of course, they want to see a baby carpet. So out of the corner of my eye, I'm watching the boy. All right. And gets the snake out. Snake starts flailing around because we lost Chris. What the world? Damn, we're just losing people left and freaking right tonight. Anyway,
he'll be back.
so snake starts flailing around a little bit, starts taking a shit and musking all over the place. So I'm just there thinking, it's like, oh my God. Like, poor Dom. This is just like a bad experience for the boy. And the next thing I know, he's there taking bites. I'm just like I almost intervened. But like Tara said, he didn't miss a beat. He kept going. He just let the snake do its thing. He kept control of it. He didn't.
No wonder Jeremy ran after the show. He had to smell Dom all the way home.
Yeah, I would have ran too, bro.
I actually see he didn't. Dom didn't. The snake didn't get Dom. The snake got the displays.
Oh, yum.
So we wiped the display down pretty good on top. But yeah,
Sounds
so
classic, buddy.
it wasn't that bad. I mean, everything that it was on, it was glass, so we were good.
All stars line up. There's a reason I didn't visit you yesterday. Thank you.
Hey, maybe you should tell Chris what you put in the trash can behind him.
I could smell it. Yo, my black pine, man, I was holding him for like an hour and a half, and then I'm like, all right, it's time for you to go back. I put him back in, and he took the biggest dump in the container, and I was like, thank God he didn't crap down my back, because that would have been a long day.
I didn't throw shit in that trash can. It was literally pee bags. I had one pee. It trickled effect, bringing them to the show. I had 4 snakes in a two. But one pee, next one pee, next one pee. I said, oh, shit. Bin went flooded. Bags were flooded. I said, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, oof. Yeah, no, that pine, I was like, thank God he didn't go on me. That's nasty.
I left with over a grand in my pocket, so I'm not going to get into giant big specifics, but I mean it was a good day.
By the time the rocks and everything were done and the snakes, probably 2,500 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't like a walked out there and like, oh, the best show ever, but it was sustainable and it was decent. Like I said, people were there. One snake did save the show at that point. I did sell $1,000 animal, so I was like, okay, like
hell yeah. I was right around like the 750 mark. So it's not bad between Coco and snakes.
Yeah, I mean, like mine was, I had one technically 2 pre-sales, sold 2 others, some hats, shirts. I mean, it was a good show. I delivered some of the babies to you, Chris, your boy, and that one for Kike, that female for Kike. But yeah, I mean, I came home with less animals, made good money, and I'm not going to complain. I mean, like I said,
any show right now with any kind of money, and you feel good about it out of a show rate, like in the last 6 months, it's a win.
And even if at the point where I even feel like it's a win is that, you know what, I was able to pay for my next set of tables and go home with money, and the trip didn't cost anything. And I got to talk to return customers and meet new people. So it was a win.
See, Phil said he sold 5 snakes. That's great. Still one of my customers, a little son of a bitch, but I still love you.
What's up, Sammy?
Taz went over and he was looking between me and Phil, and he went out, he came back, he told me, he was like, I went with Phil. So that's okay, Taz.
Nice.
But here's the other thing though too, and
I just told us about. I was like, oh,
this has to do with just being smart with your marketing. Phil doesn't have just ball pythons.
No, he just
Phil's got the Antaresia.
Yep. Yeah, 2 of my sales were pine snakes, so that helped, you know.
But everybody
having
dead,
the
bro.
different. I will say this:
nobody's selling. Phil just sold Shoji, sold 8. Like,
if there was one thing I noticed, actually, hold on, let me run the first channel sponsor because God, we're 35 minutes in, we haven't run a damn thing yet. Hold on, let me run the channel sponsor. We'll get back to the top. Hold on now. Chris, pay attention to this one because I want to know if you like your new ad.
New ad. Cool.
Yikes.
Make sure you check out Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. He is your guy to go to if you want to get into the Bang project. On top of it, he's working a bunch of awesome ball python projects. Kahua geckos, Leachianus geckos, crested geckos, some scaleless corn snakes, and he is your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. So check him out. Check out Chris Shelley over at S Reptilia if you need a high-end ball python, blood python, locality boa, or colubrid. He's also Pennsylvania's distributor of Coco to Go and the Chipper, and he can also hook you up with some rats. So make sure you guys check out Chris over at S Reptilia.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, the whole high-end ball python thing, but, you know, it is what it is. They're getting there. They're getting there.
Show some sexy
That's some
snakes.
nice high-end shit. You, man, downplaying your stuff, man. What the world?
They're getting
New
there.
ones. I want a new
No.
ad, Jeremy, now.
You do have a new ad.
I do?
Yeah, you do. You'll see it tonight.
Oh, I'll see a new ad tonight?
Yeah. You'll get. That's another reason why I wanted to have you guys on tonight with me.
Oh, boy.
That way I could visually see your faces with your with your new ad.
I'm a little worried.
He's gonna have short shorts on, sipping yoo-hoo.
Oh,
Well,
my
over
God.
here.
Oh God, that family photo that went through our group chat.
Yes, that'd be great.
All right, now.
Fuckers.
With what I was gonna say, the one thing I noticed, everybody walking by, okay, it's ball python after ball python after ball python. The thing that I've noticed, people were stopping, like what I noticed with my table anyway. They're looking. And the second they saw those carpets, buddy, they freaking put the brakes on, backed up, and came right over.
You're so full of shit.
Dude, honest to freaking God, man. I watched it so many times that day, and it made me think, it's like, you've got to diversify a little bit. Like you guys, John, you guys got the crested. It stands out. Chris got everything under the freaking sun. You can't help but stop because you don't know what the hell you're going to find on Chris's table. So, I mean, it just, Phil's got the Antaresia. I mean, it stands out. I think, and it comes, like, I know Nathan and I have talked about it as well a lot. You've got to stop people and start an interaction with them. If you have something other than what they're used to seeing table after table, it stops them. It helps create that interaction without you having something.
People love seeing cool animals. That's a fact.
They do.
I'll let you know a little secret. Doing this a long time. People come to the shows and they're looking for whatever. They're looking for what they want. So if a ball python guy's coming to the show, he's going to come to a ball python table. He's not going to care about the spider table or only care about the boa table. Give 2 shits about the colubrids in the corner.
Yep.
They'll look at them like, oh, they're nice guys. So I'm just going to keep on walking. But if they're there for that, that's what they're there for. Now, a new person, yeah, they're intrigued. They're just looking at everything, man. They're like, look at the sign. Oh, my God. Look at the display. Like, they don't care. Like, if something's cool, they're just looking, right? But nah, like I said, it's if you want to, whatever, draw other people in with the diversity, sure. But it's not going to be like a whole end all. Like, I need to sell all kinds of other stuff to freaking stand out because that's hard, too. Just so.
Well, no, I'm not saying you need to sell all sorts of stuff. I'm just saying that having a little diversity does help.
It goes a long way, for sure.
I mean, I didn't get much of it, like, other than walking around in the morning. I think you were the only person, John, that had freaking Woma pythons there, let alone adults.
Yeah, they drew a lot of attention because you just don't see them, especially that size. So
how did I miss them?
You missed
Dude,
the wrong one?
you would have been looking at them all
You
freaking
had
day.
you had adult womas there?
3 of them.
What
In
the
a trio.
what?
I had a trio there.
Did you bring them home?
Yeah.
All right, I'll DM you.
Yeah. Yeah. I got offered some good, really decent money for them, but like I said, I had them priced accordingly where I want because they're ones I won't give away, right? Like,
Yeah, no, you
I grew
can't.
them up since babies. They're freaking amazing. I can't believe you didn't see them.
You can't give
people were
them
at the
away.
that part of Nathan's table is crowded all day because people were just looking at them all day.
No shit.
Hmm. I had a lot of like vendors try. They want to trade. I was like, nah, that's not like. Well, they were kind of there right this minute because, like I said, it was, I don't know, cash basically. You know what I mean? At this point,
Yeah.
feeding and babies, all kinds of stuff. Like I said, the babies aren't out to be selling fast. To feed everything else real good, but like I said, it just works for right now.
For sure.
Yeah. What up, Kai? Thanks for tuning in, bro.
What's up, Kai? Sunset Stud.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Mr. Sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got pictures.
Sleeping
of you
Beauty.
again, buddy.
He knows he caught me and Shelly taking them.
I know Chris don't sponsor the show, German, but I think you should make him an ad.
I know the exact picture you should use too.
We've got a lot of pictures.
I was gonna say, I believe throughout our group we've got more. We can just do a slideshow. Yeah, poor guy. It would be nothing but Chris sleeping behind.
I will give it to him though.
Truffle shuffling.
He needed to sleep after the exercise he did in the morning dancing. Like that boy danced from like straight
He
up
put in work
7:30 to freaking 11 o'clock.
Oh God. Will says carpets were sitting next to my Yoo-hoo stash, weren't they? No, dude. I hide the Yoo-hoo, man. Especially after Oaks, because Dom was apparently pawning Yoo-hoo off over to Chris for.
Hey, we traded for pizza straight up, bro. That was a good trade.
That was a real good trade.
Yeah, and I only got one Yoo-hoo.
You know what's bad though? All right, I took that picture of you. Okay,
stingy, bro.
I had no idea he took the Yoo-hoo over. I thought you guys brought your own Yoo-hoo. I went to go get a Yoo-hoo. I'm like,
that's even better.
He goes, oh, that's what I gave Chris and that other guy the Yoo-hoos for the pizza.
Yeah.
I was like, really, dude?
2 Yoo-hoos for like 5 pieces of pizza.
1 Yoo-hoo. Bro, you gave me 4 Hex Yoo-hoos and freaking I didn't even give you pizza. Like you're stingy.
Yesterday I got 1 Yoo-hoo and it was fucking warm.
He tried to hex me straight up, Chris. He wouldn't hand me a Yoo-hoo for shit. He looked at me straight in my face and said, I hand you a Yoo-hoo, you'll do good. I said, the hell kind of shit is that? Like, you want to see me fail today? He just looked at me and just like, I ain't giving it to you. I was like, whoa.
I held the box. I opened it for him.
He never handed it to me, Chris. What a...
That's not how you treat a lady.
And this is y'all freaking superstar host here. He's not right, man. Like, what a freak.
The YouTuber superstar here.
I will say, I just read on Facebook, the St. Louis Show Me Reptile show was busy, and Mike Schultz said, sometimes you take the W, sometimes you take the L, but sometimes you truly take the D. And he said, today had been questioning selling his whole business.
Wow.
Because the people were there, they just weren't buying.
We heard the same thing about the Richmond show. We heard it was like super packed, but the sales weren't there. From a couple vendors, again, like I said, I didn't talk to the
summer shows.
I didn't talk to people that sold, right? I talked to a couple of the guys that didn't. It's who you talk to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gettysburg, he sold a $4,000 snake. Man, like to him, he's looking down, going, throwing deuces and all kinds of stuff. Like he had a great show.
Well, no, like,
what's up, Barrow?
It's survival.
Yeah, what up, Barrow? It goes back. I mean, look at last week at Oaks. If it wasn't for the pre-sale, I wouldn't have done shit.
Jeremy,
I had that one pre-sale. That's the only thing that saved that show for me.
Last week at Oaks, I sold 4 pieds that I've been carrying around to about a half year probably worth of shows. Great pieds. They weren't cheap, but they weren't expensive. Just say between $300 and $500 pieds, heck clowns, orange streams, you know, all that kind of stuff. I sold all of them. Then I had 6 bananas. I sold 4 of them. Didn't sell another snake out of any of that. So it was all pied that day, all banana. Yep. Gettysburg yesterday was even weirder. I brought 3 sumas, and I had over 120 snakes. I bought 3 sumas, a couple bananas, whatever else. I sold a normal, I sold a banana, and I sold 3 sumas. Holy shit, dude! Like all 3. But but they didn't all sell yesterday at that show. I might have carried it around. They might have trickled out for the next 5-6 months because they weren't cheap either.
Yeah. That's
It's
the
like,
wild thing. You never
yep,
know. You can't judge what you're gonna sell. It's
three
crazy.
totally different,
Yeah.
unrelated people. None of them bought it near the same time. It was like, wow, this is weird. Like it was Suma Day at freaking Gettysburg.
I say it's just
What's up,
like
Patrick?
if you don't have what people want, you're not gonna sell stuff. Like perfect example.
Go ahead.
On my back burner of projects I would like to add or animals I would like to work with, I would love to get a diamond python.
Sure.
At that
Yeah.
show, there was a guy had some of the most beautiful freaking diamond pythons I've seen. Why didn't I buy one? Because I contemplated that shit all freaking day.
Mm-hmm.
It's too
But why
expensive.
didn't I go and drop $1,400 to $1,700 on a diamond python I've been wanting for a while? Because it was a yellow phase, and I've told myself if I were to ever get into a diamond python, it was going to be the white phase. Instead of having the yellow speckles, it was going to be white speckled.
Well, it's called discipline.
Discipline.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's like, it's the same thing for when people have good and bad shows. You have what the people want that day.
Yep.
I had Shane come up and ask me at the show. He said, John, he said, what sells at shows? Like, what's the hot thing to sell at shows? And I looked at him dead in his face, and I was like, you know what? After all these years of doing this, I can't tell you. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, because every show is different.
Yep.
I said, one show's a clown show. Like, nobody wants nothing but clowns. And the next one's all pies. And the next one's sumas. And the next one's black pewters. And another one used to be spiders. Like, we used to call Hamburg Spidertopia. Like, literally, if I had spiders, I would save them and go to Hamburg show, and I wouldn't come home with one of them. It was
What's
so
up, Keith?
crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And every other show, everybody would be like, oh, spider. I didn't want that back in the day. I was like, well, it don't matter. I'm going to sell them all at Hamburg. It was like spider show.
Yep.
But I told him, he said, how about Ultramos bananas? I said, they always do well. I said, you would think Ultramos do better than bananas. I said, but you know why they don't? I said, because they're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, everybody would want an Ultramel over a banana, at least in my opinion. If like you like banana and you're gonna love Ultramel with certain combos.
Yep.
But it's the price point. Like I said, I got he's like, well, do you go with the Ultramel show? Sure. When you hit the right guy, I got Krypton in them or Cryptic in them and stuff. Cryptic and Heck Ghost, like, so the price is it's not cheap.
Mm-mm.
So they're not, instead of being a $250 animal, it's a $550 animal. There's
At
not
least.
so many guys are going to come to the show and go, I want a $550 snake. But they'll buy that banana for $150 all day. Like, everybody will buy that shit. They'll put it in their home, in their cage, or kids, and whatever. Yes, I know the freaking Ultramel is going to look better. You know the Ultramel is going to look better, but they don't know.
No.
And plus, it doesn't match the pocketbook, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
We'd all be
It's
driving
his price
$100,000 cars if freaking we could afford them. I get it, man. Like,
And I think the other thing too with that is that you've got to know what shows to take what type of animal.
though, that's
Mhm.
always a tricky
Shows-
thing too.
Well, like it's tricky, but I mean, there's shows where it's like, okay, if you want to bring one or two, $4,000 or $5,000 animals, whatever, knock it, like, but don't
Yes. Don't load
plan
the with it. Right.
on selling them. Don't fill a whole display with that style of animal. Because
Yeah,
chances
like-
are, yeah, you're going to have a bad show because most people at a show, unless it's like a Tinley or one of the big NARBC shows where like you've got, that type of stuff on every freaking table.
You never know when lightning's going to strike. That is.
You don't. You're right. But so
Nope.
it's nice having there's a couple of those. That way people know you're working with it. And if it's something that they're interested in, they can inquire, like, hey, do you have any other stuff that isn't here? That's fine.
Mhm.
But if you fill your table with $4,000 or $5,000 animals and then go and bitch that you had a shitty show, well, I'm sorry, but you kind of fucking deserved it.
Well, yeah,
And
that's
just
kind of
thinking that, yeah, like you're asking for it at that point.
Yep.
right.
It's like
there's
you
certain
got to know your
genetics.
shows.
There's certain genetics like people work with that's all they have, right? Like just say black pastel, and every animal on the table is black pastel. You might run across that customer who's got black pastel, they don't want it, and then they wonder why they didn't buy it. Well, they don't want to make supers, and they're like,
Yep.
that's respectable, right? Like that's okay. I love every animal you have, but they're about black pastel. I get told that sometimes a lot. Like I got black pastel this clown, but you got a black pastel girl, but I can't do that together. Well,
Right.
If I had red stripe, yellow belly, whatever, it would sell. Well, guess what? I don't have that day. What are you gonna?
Yep.
They gotta go buy it from somebody else. It's just what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
But then it could be the other way. The guy could have a spot nosed male, and he's like, "I'm looking for a black pastel girl," and then I'm your guy. Boom.
Exactly.
That show I'm hitting.
And then the other thing too, I feel that it comes down to is, do they like? And I think you might come across this, John, more than some people because you have so many animals. Is, do they pick, like, people tend to scan shit instead of actually looking? Did they pick out that one animal that they were looking for, that's that gem amongst everything else that you've got in your displays?
Now
Like, that's the other thing too. Like,
that's another conversation I have with myself, and like I said with Christine all the time. Sometimes I feel I have too much. Too much is sometimes intimidating because, like you said, you're right. They could scan. You know, these people that come by my table or talk to me later, no different than Chris just said. You have one with pythons at the show. Like, literally, they just don't see it. It could be there. It could be the exact gene they're looking for. See me 6 months later, see that animal still kicking around, and be like, "My God, when did you make that?" It's like 300 grams. Something. I'm like, "Oh, dude, I've been carrying around for 6 months. I didn't see it."
Yep.
And they've been in my table like every show since then, with 10 shows, and they didn't see it, but they buy it instantly if they see it. Then it's amazing what they don't see.
Well, a lot of times too, don't you put something like really good at a really crazy price just to see if people notice it? And if they do notice it,
did you really just give away my secret live on freaking air?
You do.
Hey, tell everybody in here to freaking come to John's table because he freaking marks an animal low that freaking should be crazy high and freaking search the table.
You've said it before on here, so I don't want to hear the shit.
Well, you know what the other good point is too, you know, besides the Easter egg, if you're not engaging with your customers, you're not going to know what they're looking for. So you always got to also engage them. Even if they're just standing there looking around, and you talk to them, whatever catches their eye. If you talk to them, you could be like, "Well, what do you have? What would you be looking for? What projects are you in?" You know, as painful as it can be to talk to some people, that's the only way you're going to know exactly what they have. And if they don't have anything, I'm yelling across the aisle, "Hey, John, you have any hypo-pied stuff? You have any pied head hypo?" You know what I mean? And
it shows engagement
right
all
down
day.
the line.
People like that. People love engagement. The Easter egg thing is like, I'm joking totally by you saying it, but I tell people that, like, it's after it happens, blah blah blah. They'll come back, and now I'll have people stand at the table, and they are looking now. They're looking like, "What did he do? What did he do?" I'm known for that locally. I do it on purpose. Now it's nothing crazy sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? It might be like,
it's a deal. It's a better deal than
it might be like a blackhead double head ghost clown female, and she'll be just like an miss, and it won't literally, you know, I have my cards on display, so it doesn't stay on top of the display.
Going to bed?
I'll have that girl like $100. It's like a $100 animal.
Yeah.
Boom. You got that for $100. I'll give it to you for that. You found it. Yeah.
See, that's because you're that cool guy that you honor that price too for it. So.
But it leads into other business sometimes too. When you do hook somebody up, and it's not like I'm cheaper than everybody else kind of hookup. It's basically like, "Look, this is what I'm doing. This is a project you're in. I could do this for you, blah, blah, blah." It will open the door back up. Or like, this guy is not trying to rip me off. This guy actually like cares about the project I'm doing because he spent a lot of time talking to me about it. But I do care. I love seeing what these guys make with buyer snakes. I had people from 6 years ago send me snakes on eggs like, "Your girl laid," and I'm like, dude, I get happy every time. It's like it's like I laid it, right? Like, it's our clutch. It's heat. That just comes down to a whole nother conversation. I like people that actually do this because they love doing it versus money and all that shit. But that's why we're in it.
Yep.
Bianca asks, "Are boas and pythons cousins?"
I think kind of. I don't know if they're cousins. I would think all snakes are related, right?
Somehow they've got to be. I mean, they're part. I mean,
that's what I kind of like. Humans are all they're species of snake. Yeah.
They're related. They're related at some point in the tree.
I would say definitely because they're in the Boyd family. They're not a colubrid, so they'd be more cousins than, say, a boa or a python being related to a pine snake.
Yeah, or a cobra.
You know? Yeah, exactly. And a lapid or whatnot.
You know.
See, Phil's saying no.
There you go. We were trying to make logic out of this, Phil. Stop.
Phil, we weren't asking you.
Way to go, Phil.
You got to be like all scientific, like straight up no.
Now, the same family, that's a different story. Pituophis, gophers, pines, bull snakes, I'd say they're in the same family. They're more like brothers and sisters.
This chat's going to be a little messed up because the only logical one in this chat is Chris.
No.
Yeah, I think I might have to agree with John on that one. You might be the only logical one.
The only one who might have some logic in this conversation will be Chris.
Phil says boas are live birth, pythons are eggs, which yes.
But they're both voids.
So yeah,
I'm going to argue Phil on that one.
Honest to God, no, they're not. The species is not intermixed. Oh shit. So,
right.
But they are snakes.
They are a slithery snake.
Reptiles aren't really like dinosaurs because dinosaurs were
I'm drinking,
more
man.
like birds.
I'm gonna spit that shit all over myself.
But anyway,
anybody need some rats? I got lots of rats.
Damn. Tell you what, man. I do want some of the new updates, everybody, before we get into some of the other topics for tonight. Actually, hold on. Let's run another sponsor ad, and then we'll do the updates. John, this is going to be your new ad.
All right.
This is your new ad.
Right. Let's see how he did.
So, yeah, let's see. Let's see how you like it.
Fingers crossed.
Here we go.
Head on over to Triforce Morphs if you're looking for that missing piece in your ball python breeding project. While you're there, add a little bit of lace or citron to the mix, folks. John and Christine can also hook you up with the crested gecko, so don't forget that. Turn up the heat with Triforce Morphs. If you want to use the best reptile record keeping and tracking software on the market today, scan the QR code or click our partnership link in the description down below for a free 30-day trial of Husbandry Pro. I promise you will not regret it.
Oh no, John! I didn't like John's facial expression.
He changed the words. It was still the same.
Like 5 seconds.
He shortened it. That's fine because these things work too long. He changed the words. It's still the same old sloppy snakes.
Well,
I like the pictures though.
I need to get over and take more footage.
That's what I'm talking about. A new ad. Chris had some blinging sexy snakes. I want some blinging sexy snakes, man.
Hey, John's was 2 seconds longer than mine. What is going on?
All right, what the hell is that? You having this crew on here airing new fucking commercials? Anyway, so new changes, everybody, with the channel. All right,
I love it.
Hopefully, I judging by what I see viewer wise, I don't think people are going to be too heartbroken over this. But viewer-wise, clutch pullings don't get a shit ton of views. On average, it's like 200 maybe within a reasonable time, maybe 300. So the amount of time it takes to go through and the effort it takes to pull the clutch, make sure it's getting filmed, and the thumbnails, the editing, I've decided to not worry about filming the clutch pullings anymore. I will still, the clutch cuttings, the clutch updates will still be done. I'm just not going to be doing the clutch pullings anymore. So you'll have to watch the lives to know kind of updated as far as where we're at clutch wise. So that being said, we are on clutch 11. That is in the incubator. And 12 should be laid this weekend. 13 is due. I forget the date, but 13 is going to be coming out in a couple of weeks as well. But more than a couple of weeks. I'm waiting on the prelay shot. So she ovulated. Gotta get the prelay first. But so that's where we're at as far as clutches go. So we've got 11 in the incubator. I knew this was coming. Nathan, yours is coming, dude. Yours is coming. Calm your ass down.
I thought it, Nate. I thought it. I was like, I'm not going to go there.
No. Nate,
he hasn't even had a picture. Nate is your most freaking responsible sponsor. You only got a picture for him. You're messed up.
I mean, if he would have got them banners out quicker for you, maybe he would have got an updated commercial.
We don't want
Oh shit!
we don't want to go there.
So, Nathan, yes, your ad will be getting updated too. Danny's isn't updated yet. Kai's isn't updated yet. Charlie for Gray Rider Reptiles and ShedTesting.com, which is one of the newest sponsors, doesn't even have his commercial, his ad yet. But while we're talking about it, guys, use Charlie at Gray Rider Reptiles, ShedTesting.com for all of your shed testing needs.
Hell yeah.
Use code CARPET15 gets you 15% off of your order at ShedTesting.com. It's who I use. Charlie is going to be getting a bunch of sheds here very soon. Because when you guys, actually this week, you guys will get to see why Charlie's going to be getting a bunch of sheds. Everybody else that's in the group chats, even the members know, the YouTube channel members know, John and Chris know, but the clutch that's getting cut that you guys will get to see this week, some of them are already eating, they're all shed out, but you guys are gonna get to see what is in clutch number 5. So, be ready for that one, guys. And then after that, you guys will get to see the new carpet the update for the second carpet python clutch. That'll be not this week, but next week. I will say this: I bled over that video. That's the first video I think I bled over. So
there will be blood.
You do get to see me take a couple of bites. I don't know if you see the blood though. I don't think you see any of the blood, but you do see me take a couple of bites. So that being said,
he came to Gettysburg crying about his tiny little pinhole in the side of his hand.
Yeah, I do. I got 2 tiny pinholes. Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
You should have showed Danny. He'd appreciate it more.
Yeah, there's a difference. I didn't flinch when I got bit.
Or scream like a little bitch. Ah, get it off. Ah!
Or that too. I took it like a man.
Chris, help me.
Charlie's also doing some work with Colubrid sheds too, so stay tuned for those updates, guys.
That's true, yes. Plus, he's got a whole bunch of stuff that's in the works for coming out as well. I need Nathan's ad is next on the update list. Danny's ad, I'm working on that. I want to get some pictures for his. Because his definitely got switched up a lot too.
I want to ask this: is Lace one of the up and new coming jeans coming out
for Danny?
No, for Danny, you mean?
No, for testing. Is that one in the works at all?
I have a feeling.
I was gonna say I think Lace is in the works. Don't quote me on it though. I wish Charlie was in the chat.
Chocolate's in the works, right? Or chocolate's
already out, dude. Chocolate is out. Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's why like that. Well, shit. All right. Well, I kind of half gave it away. Anyway, that's why for this week's video, why Charlie's getting a shit ton of sheds.
That's
it's not
awesome.
just for the chocolate part, but for what else is floating with that clutch.
Yeah, boy.
Sweet.
So,
for something you don't know.
What's up? Me? Oh, him.
Let's see here. Phil said he's doing something with Charlie here, so that'll be interesting. I wonder what that's for.
That's what we were just talking about, wasn't it, John? What the fuck? What is this guy? Is he not listening to us?
Nope.
What? What with the lace?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's. I thought John. Maybe it is with the lace. That's right, because Phil is really good. All right. I was thinking. All right. Man,
go back to sleep, Jeremy.
Hell with the show. You guys are running this shit now. Good night.
He just X out later.
I told you Chris is the only logical one.
Oh man, from what I heard, Wookiee is different than chocolate. Yes,
correct, and so is Shadow.
That is.
Did they find Shadow different too? They found a test.
Yeah, apparently it's in the same complex, but it's different.
Okay.
So that's one of the big changes. Anyway, back to the changes thing. No more clutch pullings, guys. Every once in a while, and this was thankful to Chris mentioning it when I was talking to him over the weekend. Sometimes I've been getting I don't want to say overburdened, but there's just a shit ton of stuff going on here. Just kids, work, me trying to find time to balance everything.
Life,
So every
baby.
once in a while, someone's going to be bailing my ass out, like this weekend, which Chris is going to be bailing my ass out. So I appreciate that, bro.
Hell yeah.
So
Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
dude, trust me, man. You covering for me on that made Kara very happy for this weekend. So
she does. So Kara does like us.
yes, Kara does like you guys. Yes. She will never be around to tell you said things because she's never around when any of us are together. But she does like you guys. She just doesn't want to hear us talk about freaking snakes. That's why she leaves. She's like, and that's what she's told me that multiple times. I say, well, you just hang out and like be with everybody. She goes, because all you guys are going to do is talk about snakes, and I don't care about snakes.
That's one hell of a cop out for freaking snake breeders. I mean, shit. You guys are gonna talk about snakes? Yeah, I'm out. Who'd have thought?
But so the other nice thing is that, you know, every once in a while, if I start getting overburdened, Chris had said something about, you know, helping out, taking a little bit of load off me here and there. So that'll also help me focus, able to do some other things as well when that does come up. So thank you very much, bro. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
But the big change was the clutch pullings, because there's just no, if they're not getting views, I'm not going to really, like, why take the time and effort when I can go do the clutch cuttings, the updates, and without the clutch pullings, I can now focus on more content that's more educational, like videos about different genes.
Have you thought about
more
instead of clutch cuttings, Jeremy, or clutch pullings? You thought about just taking a picture of them on snakes and then do the cutting and then show the babies after they're shed? Like put it all into one video, compile it all into one video from front to back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. Like Kai does.
You don't have to like film her like on eggs. You just take a picture. This is the girl, and then boom, and then show the progression through a video and just build the videos as they go.
I could, but then I feel like I'd be afraid of getting things too mixed up then.
If you put them in, I don't know much about how like hard drives and all that shit. If you put them into a file, like single file, like clutch 1, clutch 2, and like put your clip bits in it on the computer or whatever, and then you can just cut a reel from, or cut a video from, or even a reel. That's kind of what I wanted to do, but I wanted you to teach me how to do that. But since I'm talking to you about this, and you're going, you don't know, I don't know.
Well, like, here's my thing, like.
Shit.
I like having the clutch cuttings because they get good views. Okay? Right.
Well, that's what
I like having the updates because everybody wants to see them out of the egg because they saw them and they got the teaser of them in the egg. So everybody wants to see them out of the egg. Yep. So there's 2 weeks of footage that I've got.
I pass all egg cutting videos because if I don't see the snakes afterwards, like Gavin from Balls to You at least does the cutting and then shows the babies afterwards. If that's happening, I'll watch the video. I don't care about cutting eggs I can't see.
Yeah.
That's
everybody can see what's going on in my eggs.
You're looking at a video going, oh, and then it's over. You're like, shit, I didn't get to see what the hell they look like.
You can see what's going on in my videos, I think. I cut a big enough window in there. You'd have to be blinder than me to.
I'm saying you'd almost have 2 videos and put them together. I wonder if it get more views. Like egg cut and then eggs out. Like boom, show the completion of that. Clutch 1 done, and then you can work on something else for another video.
Maybe I'll try that once. I mean, Phil says that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what Matt was saying. American Made does that. Matt Shiflett, he'll do like the whole progression.
Here it goes again.
And then
I give an idea, and then freaking Phil says it's a good idea. John says it's like, I don't know, John.
Well, no. I'm just seeing like other like. Phil says he likes Avi on eggs, cutting.
I just need Nate to confirm, and it's over. Jeremy's doing freaking egg cutting and freaking snake showing. That's all.
Harrison's not playing more like
Phil is the ringleader.
Yeah, if it ain't Phil, it's Nate. Like whatever John says is just dumb.
I want to free up a little bit of space to do more, like even like Husbandry Pro videos and stuff like that.
Well,
but I also don't want to make more workload on myself either. You know what I mean? So if I'm like, it's all about finding a happy medium. So if I'm doing the cutting and the update all in one video, I added and this sounds bad saying that I don't want to work, but then I'm adding in another video I've got to put extra work into.
And this is another question. Like I said, don't shoot me. The more videos, the more money, right?
The more views.
The more views on a video.
yeah.
But just say a video like that gets more views than both them videos together. Like you do the one, you do the whatever. But people really start liking that. You cut the eggs and you show the babies, and that video gets more views than the two videos. Would it be beneficial?
It would be worth it, yes. Like I'm saying, like I'll try it once. I mean, shit, I'll give a couple videos a shot and do it like that.
And if like you kick another, like I said, I know it's more work to do another video, but you kick another video out, don't talk in, whatever, Husbandry Pro or everything, you're still on track with your videos and get more different content out there other than just like cutting eggs, then showing the babies, then doing this. Maybe you can do like, at the show video and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, I don't know.
Hey,
you got a good platform.
I'll give it a shot once and see what I mean. I'm curious to see what it would do now. Damn you, John, making me have to work freaking hard, trying to eat myself up. He's a little burden.
When you had time to come down, like I said, I want to sit down and talk to you because I want to do like just YouTube videos for records. Now, if it ever turns into something, that'd be great. But I would love to have a YouTube video just like to do what I was just telling you, like cut the eggs. We can do that stuff and then show them after shed and then show what we have in that clutch. So I can always refer to somebody when you bought a baby from Clutch One, go check out YouTube 2022 or 2023, whatever, 4, 5, 6, whenever we're doing it. And then they can just do that. And I'll do that for all, say we do 70 clutches and it'll be 70 little clip-it videos of every one, whatever. And everybody would be able to refer back to a video when their baby was born and what their mother and father looked like. I would show their mom, show their dad, and what the clutch was.
See, and that's originally what this whole YouTube channel even started off for, was the record keeping aspect of it, a way to record keep it, but also a reference for people to go back and look and be able to see that, hey, this was mom, this was dad, these were the babies. Like that was the whole point of the whole channel,
right?
And it kind of just grew. It literally, I mean, it grew from that. I mean, it just.
You see what I do with the pictures, and anybody knows and follows us sees what I do with the pictures. I do the clutch mom, and then how many eggs were good, the date, and then the babies, and then I show the babies. But I would love to do that on video.
Yes. No, and that's how we come down to. We can hash it out, and yes, right, Nathan.
Only if they weren't black and white, Nathan.
I was gonna say, if they're in black and white, I'm good. If it's anything other than black and white, I'm screwed,
bro. He's so screwed if they're John does. Like,
what's up, T Keys?
Hey, all right. You know what? Hold on here. Where's this little sucker at?
It's on the school bus. Jason's silly. Oh,
John
what's that?
Diss.
Yellow and black?
John Diss.
John Diss. Is that thing healthy? Looks yellow.
Is that thing healthy?
Ooh.
It's a pretty girl. Right, girl? He muted himself.
Can't hear you. Kiss it, caress it. Get a little closer.
Every time we're on, Chris, it gets a train wreck.
No, don't hit it. You gotta be gentle with it.
There we go.
All right.
It's like looking at it like.
Well, no, there's a light. There's a red light. I had to see if it lit up or not. And when I whacked it, it worked.
Yeah, usually when you whack it, it works.
Oh, wait. Let me.
You look at that one meme guy that goes.
I figured it out.
Shut.
There's a mute button on the end of the mic, and when I elbowed it, I muted it.
Ah, nice.
That explains why I've been having problems with my mic when I hit the end of the mic by accident. I just my mic up. It's because I muted it with the mute. Yeah, freaking tech, man.
Pause.
Anyway, no, that girl. I need to get her shed tested there with Charlie. She might be heck clown. We'll have to see.
Nice.
Hopefully.
So
Fingers
if
crossed.
she is, she's still gonna be up for sale because I've got her technical. Well, no, it wouldn't be a sibling because. But anyway, I've got a pastel exanthic het clown.
What's that? Pastel TSK, possible heck clown?
Yeah, pastel TSK pos het clown.
Nice.
Hit.
Now that black exanthic's been downgraded, I could use that.
I was gonna say you could. You know what? Here, while we're shit, I forgot. That's right. You're part of the newcomers here.
Don't throw me in that. Don't drive that bus.
I don't care what anybody says, dude. That's a beautiful freaking snake, even if it's got spider in it.
That is pretty.
I agree.
I'm not going to disagree at all.
100% agree.
Wait a minute, that's not wobbling. Are you sure it's a spider?
Dude. Tell you what, man. Tell you what. Beautiful
Jeremy be
freaking
feeding her that yoo-hoo. Actually, you be feeding her some V8.
Well, I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you what's in her freaking water dish.
It's you.
Didn't tell you my secret to make
You
it
ever see them
not.
old V8 commercial when people are all walking on the slant and then they drink a V8 and it straightens them out? Drink a V8.
Something wrong with you guys, or maybe it's just you, John.
And Paul.
I'm riding right next to him in the bus. We're good.
Damn right. Damn right.
I'm good. I'm your co-pilot.
Jason says your new content should be blooper reels. That would...
It'd be boring as hell without me. Come on, Jeremy.
What's that?
It'd be boring as hell without me. Come on.
It would be. You're right. It would be. There's not many, like, in all honesty, with the filming stuff, there's not many bloopers. Like, I really don't edit a whole bunch of shit out.
He's too serious. You gotta wait for the Triforce freaking reels. I
was gonna say, you've gotta, like, for bloopers and stuff,
you'll hear me getting big.
You kind of have to watch the lives. The lives are kind of like the bloopers.
The names I call these snakes that'll have to be bleeped out. It's bad.
Oh man! All right, so I want to run the last two people here. I'm gonna have to try to time it properly because since I've combined things and flip flop things a little bit, because originally John would have been with Danny, but now John's with Husbandry. Oh, speaking of which, with Husbandry Pro, guys, use code Warfel60, gets you 60 days free instead of the standard 30 days with the affiliate link.
60 days.
60 days free, Warfel60.
Oh, anybody, man, jump on that. Try it out. You'll love it.
So John is a convertee. John's been converted to HP.
Let me tell y'all, I am a most untechnical guy you know. Like I'm 48. I just missed that freaking loop of actual technical stuff. Husbandry Pro has changed a lot for me with a lot of good stuff. I'm a record kind of guy. Like I like to know certain things, but it works. It's good to have your snakes in there. Just put it that way. Just you can print out tags and all kinds of stuff for doing shows and whatever. It's neat.
And for just another little punt or another little slip of the note with it, like Tara from Voodoo Doll Royals got she picked up her baby carpet, at the barbecue. I sent her all the information on her carpet to her through Husbandry Pro. So now she's got all the information on that baby in her Husbandry Pro from my Husbandry Pro.
This alone was worth it for me. I could not use one other thing in that whole entire app, and this alone was worth it.
Dude,
I do like that.
Love that.
This last show, I had more people scanning QR codes and me showing them how to scan QR codes than any other show I've ever done.
I'm not a QR code guy, and I really haven't. I consider I will admit I'm really not running around QR coding all my snakes. But when I enter them, it does the babies. It lays them out for you. If you have 8 eggs, you can literally be like, okay, you can actually name them later if you don't know what the hell you're looking at. Like that's kind of cool. You can just put like unknown baby 3 and all kinds of stuff. And you can go back and be like, oh, that's a black pastel yellow belly spot nose or whatever. But it keeps records of them. As you sell them, they go away. Like they click down and they go into archives. And then as they archive, you can add more snakes. But you have to archive them. But the bad part about it is you can't go back and mess with them after you archive them.
But now, after you archive them, if you need to re-add them back in, apparently you can now do that.
You can actually go back now. There's a button or whatever. I knew you used to have to call in and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, I guess they probably must have had too many people doing that. So they
That's
made it
cool.
so that now, from what I heard, you can unarchive it.
Yeah, Nathan really got me going on Husbandry Pro. Between you and Nathan, I was like, okay, you guys made it pretty painless after it was explained, and it's a little learning curve in the very beginning, and after that's passed, you're good.
Did you put the whole collection in, John?
I did. And that's like I said. Anybody starting out, like if you have low volume of ball pythons, definitely get it now because, like I said, I had to put 500 some animals in one shot, and that was murder.
I was gonna say that took a little while.
You the new salesman for.
I'm the new salesman for Husbandry Pro.
You sound so professional with that.
Thank you. I'm trying to do stuff here, Jeremy. I want $50 after the show episode's over.
Shit, I don't even get that much. You had a shot. But no, it is revolutionary at what it freaking does, guys.
And I'm taking credit like I did it. Christine did it all, so that's why it was easy. So just in case anybody else was wondering.
Christine's still doing it. That's why you guys don't see her right now. But no,
I just tell her what it is, and she types it in. Man, she's better at that stuff than I am.
Well, the thing I think a lot of people like before your collection gets to the size of mine, John's, Chris, because these two guys have more animals than me. So that's why I say before you get to my size, it's smart to just give it a shot. Even if you just enter in 5 animals, do the trial, put 5 animals in, see how you like it.
Here's another thing to do, guys. If you do get it, don't be a dumbass like me and freaking forget to delete animals. And next thing you know, you got 350 animals that you didn't delete out of 100 Pro you sold. Because I tell you right now, this is not fun. I'm still dealing with that.
Dude, that's why after every show, I come home, I put everything away, I look at what bins are open, and then I go through, put in how much they sold for, because you can keep track of how much you sell everything for and all that stuff. And
Nate has the best system.
And archived.
He pulls his tags off his thing and he puts them on a piece of paper and he goes home and just scans them all out.
Well, see, and that's smart too. I would do that, but Phil, how big are they? How big or what, Phil? How big are you? God.
Pause.
Man, I tell you what.
I give my card away when I sell the snake, and I always forget to scan it in or write it down exactly what number it was and shit. I'm like, I'll get to it. And then next thing you know, it's months later. I'm like, oh shit. So what I gotta do now is go through and retake a picture of every snake in the collection. I'm gonna add the pictures, and anything that don't have a new picture is just gonna get deleted out of the Husbandry Pro. Just basically reset it for myself. So that's gonna take a couple days.
See, I think I'm probably right around 100. Actually, I'm probably over 100 now. Considering all the babies I've been holding back and shit, yeah, it's over 100.
Yeah, it gets silly.
I don't even have an exact number. I do wish husband, and maybe it does somewhere.
I'm sure it does.
Well, let me see here.
Like Jason's comment, Wifey Pro is nice, but Wifey Pro doesn't always want to work.
Yes, it's true. Like that.
And all that shit.
Anyway, what my Wifey Pro makes me take the pictures. She's like, you know what? I'm doing the freaking loading in. You're taking the pictures. Oh, shit.
Speak pictures. John, send me what light box you guys have. Because I want to get a light box because I'm tired of doing it half-ass.
You don't want my light box because literally I bought it from a photo place back in the day, like 7-8 years ago or whatever, and I paid buku money for what stuff is on the market now. There's way better ones for like a fraction of the money. That's a killer light box you can get for like under $150. But I will tell you this: with you doing carpets and you doing if you do sell your bigger ball pythons, get a 24x24. Don't F around. You got the room. Get the big one. Don't play around with them little 18-inch boxes. And try to get one that's pretty sturdy because, like I said, you got the room. Keep it set up year round. Don't get the collapsible ones and all that crap. They'll break down on you. You'll be cursing, kicking that thing across the room, and then buying another one.
Yeah, and a lot of the newer ones have the multi different colored backgrounds.
The lighting in it and all that.
Yeah, right, so you can swap the different colors for different color shades of your snakes?
Mine's a on and off. I got a F with the phone. It, like I put an ultramel in there and it freaking turns it white. Like son of a bitch. But they got some really kick-ass ones, and I can look up some links for it because I just turned Shane on the one, and he was looking at it was actually we were talking about it. It actually kicks my ass like the one he wants to get versus the one I got, and it's like it's $130 or something.
Okay. See,
Mine was like $350 when I got it. It was like new renowned stuff. Like we used it for eBay. Like Christ.
see, it's just something that I need to get because I need to get a little bit better photos going on.
A collection of 100 snakes and the babies you make, you are hurting yourself not having a light box.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's the one thing I do like. I know it.
it's
Like,
such a small investment, and it takes up not that much room. Just get one, and you'll love life. Just take it and throw it in there, and snap your picture, send it to your customer, and you're gold.
because like especially like I feel like I've seen other people's pictures of Exantics, and you can tell if someone's got a really good light box setup, and you can tell the ones that have a setup like they just kind of do what they have, and that is what it is, which is my stuff.
Your YouTube and all. What kind? Do you run a camera or do you use your cell phone?
I just use my phone for the normal videos.
Like I said, I noticed that the iPhone takes decently good pictures, but like certain things just don't film well. Like Ghost.
Yep.
Ghost is super hard to catch in a light box, out of light box.
Yeah.
Ultima's another thing. It just blows out color, bananas, light snakes, albinos. And then dark snakes do the exact opposite. They'll just blur away. They'll just look like total black blobs if you don't get the lighting right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where the different backgrounds you can experiment and see what looks best with it.
And white backgrounds for me, I struggle with, especially with light snakes. So that's why I take them on like a black background. But it turns like gray in the picture because it's like not really black.
Mm-hmm.
But
And that's
don't
like,
do green, Jeremy. It looks ridiculous. Just letting you know I've tried it.
Oh no, dude! All right, because everybody knows. If anybody hasn't figured it out yet, my normal background I just use a ring light and a piece of black poster board. That's it, with a sticker on it. That's it. I do have a piece of green poster board. I tried it. Every picture I freaking took on it looked horrendous. No matter what freaking snake I put on it. That's why you don't get green backgrounds.
Well, what good do color backgrounds do if you can't see them anyway, right? That's what Keith was saying.
Hey. I can't, damn it, I can see color. I just can't see colors all.
What the light box help does, Jeremy, is what the function of it is. It blocks the shadows out from around the room. Like when you use a ring light, you're still catching shadows from your other lights in the room and everything. And that's really just what distorts the shit out of pictures. And then they come out dark and grainy, and you're like, why is the fucking picture so dark? Yeah. It's that reason, because the shadows would pick up on every inch of the snake. Mm-hmm. So basically, the light box blocks it out. It floods the light downward, so there's no way to shadow. Yeah. And that's where the different lighting comes in. If you have fluorescent light in your room, you'll have to use a different function in your light box. And you just got to play with your phone and just keep taking pictures underneath all the lights, and you go, oh, that looks good.
See, and that's
tedious, but you'll get there.
I was gonna say it's one like I just need to get the light box first, and that's one of the next things on the list is the light box.
Yep, and then the other thing I'll tell you when you get it, like a pointer out. Don't put the phone too close to the snake. You think like you want a close-up zoom of a snake, and you put your phone up right on it, it starts distorting the shit out of the color. You don't even realize when you take the picture, but when you click the picture, you look at it, you're like, what the freak? It's not even the same color. Take picture back from it, because the phone does that auto-adjusting light and stuff, and the shadow of the phone will literally affect the photo in a light box. So many people take pictures right with the phone right on the top of the snake. Try to get it like blown up in a picture. What you do is crop it. Like just take the picture, crop it.
You can do like stand back and just zoom in.
Well, yeah, like you said, you gotta be careful with zooming in too, because then the more you zoom, the more distorted a picture can get.
Yeah, more pixelated.
So you do like there's a 1.52, like you can hit them buttons and it'll do like a zoom out, a widescreen, and all that crap. So just stand like a little bit back and then just crop it, because it'll keep the same pixelation with a crop versus zoom in, where you lose like whatever, to say it turns into a 420 picture versus a 1080. That's one of the big things I learned with effing with the pictures with snakes.
So yeah, I'm sure I'll be hitting you guys up for little tips.
What's up, Letka?
What up, Letka?
I'm no camera guy, but like I said, I played with this iPhone enough, and that's what I use. I don't even know how to use a real camera.
Oh, I can't believe that, John. Mitzi, what's up, girl? Good to see you. I did want to say hi to you.
Mitzi.
I don't understand white balances and freaking f stops and all that stuff. I mean, got an understanding of it, but I'm not good at it.
I was say, dude, and that's one like if anybody would ever accuse me of altering an image, I'd have to laugh because I don't even know how. Like
Your phone sometimes will alter them, but you know when it does, and then you're like, hold up, I ain't putting this out there. I
look, I don't know like how to like I don't know how to alter colors and shit on phones. Like, I haven't tried to do it, and I try not
Your
to.
phone will automatically do it sometimes. That's the bitch. Like if these new phones will just literally just do what they want. You just got to tone it back down.
Cloudy days. Cloudy days.
Cloudy days are the best outside, right?
Yeah.
By far.
A little overcast.
Yep. Perfect for pictures because again, the shadowing is not there. This is all floodlight.
So all right, I'm gonna run these last two ads. Like I said, I was gonna do so long ago. We're gonna try to time these last two ads so that way they flow right, and then we're gonna get into the one topic. Hopefully Nathan's still in the chat, but hopefully Nathan will chime in on this one a little bit. Hopefully Christine's still around that she can chime in on this one.
I'm sure she'll be back in here for some of it. She's gonna let this one go.
So, all right, let's run these ads, guys.
Are you ready to take it to the next level? Then check out DTMG Pythons. Danny is best known for his awesome clown ball python projects. This year's focus is Confusion, Hurricane, and Disco Inferno clowns. He also specializes in high-end crested gecko morphs such as Exantic, Lily White, and Exantic Lily Whites, along with the Deadpool line of gargoyle geckos. Check out his morph market and Instagram, DTMG Pythons. Just buy it. Lucas Landon Royals produces some truly high caliber snakes. Kai has been breeding ball pythons for 6 seasons and counting. He's working toward multi-recessive combos such as DG Clown, Hypo Clown Pied, Sunset Candy Pied, and DG Exantic Pied. He's working with several other species of snakes, but next year he's going to start breeding Boa Imperators, and he also has a small group of super dwarf retics. So be on the lookout for some super dwarf cow retics. Become a royal at Lucas Landon Royals.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I actually started pairing some snakes today too. Like they're starting to grow. So I was like, well, damn, even how many it's one.
Better, buddy.
One of the girls, my big Exantic girl that reabsorbed, threw the ultrasound on her, and she's regrowing her line of follicles again.
Oh yeah.
When
Yeah,
she
like-
reabsorb?
What's that?
When she reabsorb?
She reabsorbed. She would have been the first clutch of the season, technically, or the second
Makes sense.
clutch.
It makes perfect sense. She's probably regrowing the line now. It's about 5-6 months later.
Yeah, they're. What's that?
About 5-6 months later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
probably.
Right on
Yeah,
track, bro.
probably be.
Around February or March.
Yep.
We're gonna. I got the acid boy in with her right now.
Ooh.
The acid leopard blitz.
Starting to regrow the line for you.
And we're gonna see what she does. But then I threw mail in with her. The Enchi Clown's regrowing. I thought she was done, but she reabsorbed, and now she's growing back up.
Maybe they'll be your early girls next year.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Earlier, some late fall.
Yeah, I'm thinking late this year because I'm just now pairing the OD Exantic girl.
But I mean,
You would just buy it.
The OD Exantic girl was the last one to lay for last season. So you figure she's just amping up. That Super Enchi, the Partho girl, she's like, I don't know what her issue is. She's stalled for
Her issue is she's a Partho.
Let me ask you another question. Did they lay last year?
Bunch of it's first time girls. The Exantic girl, she did lay last year.
So she will probably either wait to pass that date or usually they'll wait to pass the date of the next year.
Okay.
Once a girl reabsorbs or once a girl doesn't go to next year, it resets the clock. But if they lay the year before, they usually will not lay the second year out of sync. Like they will be within a month of either way. They're weird like that. Like everything I've ever seen with balls, they're very weird with that shit. If you ever go back and check their clutches, they're usually always within a month if a girl laid the year before. So say she laid in April, she'll lay between April, May, and June of the next year. If she don't lay then, she's usually not going to go. She'll wait the next year. She can reset the clock. It'll usually even be later in the year.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe, I mean, I don't know, because before, like, she's been an every other year girl. So I kind of, like, the way she was going, I thought she was going to break that spell, but then she reabsorbed, and it's like,
Right.
okay. But now that she's rebuilding, it's like, okay, well, maybe
she reset the clock if she didn't lay. Like I said, if she lays whatever now, she reset it because she didn't go on her date within that month. So now it's a reset. The game's changed.
That's it. So, the rules have been changed now.
The rules have been changed. As soon as they miss a year, she can lay whenever. You're just like, she's back in whenever mode.
Yeah. Well, I've got the that pewter Pompeii that I got from you.
Yeah.
I have him in with the GHI Mojave Het Clown Girl that I got from Danny.
Damn.
Remember that demon snake?
That could be crazy.
So I thought that'd be some really cool, crazy shit.
Right.
Yeah, it will be.
She's either a Pompeii or she's missing yellow belly register. She's one or the other.
I'm sending that test off.
Right. She might be missing one or the other. She has one or the other, I believe. If not both.
Yeah. Well, I know there was somebody else that had. It was a black pewter. It was basically the Pompeii without something.
Yep.
At Gettysburg is like basically exactly what he is, but it was missing either red stripe or it was missing the yellow belly.
Right. That's why it was hard with him. Like I didn't know whether it was missing red strip or yellow belly or if it had both, but it had one because it wasn't just a black pewter.
Yeah. Well, see, this definitely looked slightly different than that one. Now, could it be polymorphism? Yeah, sure. Yeah. But there was something either added or missing from the combo.
Yeah, the original, all my original clown stuff came from Barnhart Black Pastel that I bought back off of Outback back in 15 or 16, whatever I got that snake.
Okay.
So, actually, I was probably 17, 18, but yeah.
Well, we will know, because when I send off the sheds for some of these other babies, we'll know about the yellow belly, because that shed's already been bagged up.
Wow.
I'm super curious to see what that Partho girl does, man. I swear that thing's fucking Krypton or cryptic.
She's been at 13 mil for over a month, and she's just stalled there.
Now, are you breeding her to get her to go, or like even though she's Partho, or just let her go?
I was, because Chris has me believing in just some other things I've heard about that pairing that went on. If you saw any of those babies, they didn't look normal how they should.
I'm just saying, you just let her go and just sit in a rack, or do you actually have snakes in with her to try to spark her? Or...
No. I threw the Batman to her.
Yeah, I'd pair her.
So then that way, either if she's, because what we're thinking is that she's cryptic as well.
So you're trying to prove if she's Partho or not?
Well, no.
She's definitely Partho.
Yeah, she's definitely Partho. Okay. We're trying to prove if her mom was het cryptic.
Now, I heard this before. I don't know much about this Partho stuff. Can a Partho girl freaking grab it by a male and then shoot out the male's babies and then still be Partho?
Well, no. Partho is Partho means no male was used for any of it.
I understand, but can they switch it?
But can they reproduce? That's the question.
Oh yeah. Can they reproduce?
Your girl? Say that girl right now. You guys say she's Partho. You know it. Say she shoots out spot nose next clutch. Could that happen? Is what I'm asking.
Not without the male.
Well, you have the male in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just. Do you not understand what I'm asking?
Yeah. Something here,
no, he doesn't.
You said she's Partho. She's done a Partho clutch. Well, now say this year you're waiting for Partho, and if spot knows something pops out, can it switch? Is what I'm asking. Say she's not Partho this clutch.
I don't think we know.
No,
right.
What
that's
we're
what
saying
is that ever been talked about?
She was a Partho baby.
Yes.
Never been bred yet.
Oh, she's never been bred, so the mother.
She's never been bred yet. Yeah.
I thought she was a mom, so I was messed up on that.
Okay, now we're on. That's why I'm like, Anyway,
Well, if you listen to what I
yeah.
was saying, I was thinking it was the mom because you said you know the mom's Partho, so I thought you were breeding the mom again because you already knew she's Partho. And I
No,
was
no,
saying,
no, no,
can
no.
some mom switch it? Like, who has the mom? Chris, you have the mom?
No,
No,
I came from Balds.
it
Oh,
came from
okay.
Bald, Jeremy Bald.
But it'd be curious to see if she'll actually take and produce a viable clutch with a male, or if she herself will throw Parthos.
Right.
But he's bringing it to a clown because she looks cryptic as hell.
Now, let me blow myself up here. Yeah, like she's stuck at 13. Oh, wrong. Freaking. There we go.
I know Warren Booth did some work on Parthos and stuff like that, but I don't know if it's actually been like field studied that they can pre-produce successfully.
I've
She got
heard.
like a crazy super Enchi stamp and still looks cryptic.
Exactly.
His her mom was Enchi, but
Right.
all the babies from this clutch, which
Dude,
one
look how
looked
tight
like
that
her.
pattern is, John.
So that would make sense if mom was Enchi. That's definitely probably super Enchi. If she's Partho,
Absolutely.
Spider,
No question.
and then that blacks. I don't know where the hell they came from, but goddamn, they're neat.
That's so much more intense than my Super Enchi.
Yeah, she's definitely more intense than a super Enchi Spider for sure.
Yeah.
And then blacks are really black. Like that's a weird snake, bro. I like that's neat.
Dude, she's cool, and she's the only survivor out of her whole clutch.
That's really neat.
Everything
Yeah,
else,
I'm very curious about that one.
all her siblings are dead. They're gone.
I hope she goes, man.
I thought there was-
really interesting.
I thought there was one more that survived.
Adam had the other survivor, and that one passed too.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that one passed. He didn't tell me.
So
Yeah,
has there
and
been ever
she's
a baby from a Partho on eggs? Is that the question here, or
Yes, I don't know if it's physically been done yet.
okay?
I've heard of people
Pretty crazy.
having Partho babies reproduce. Now, I've heard of people, sometimes they have issues reproducing and they throw a lot of slugs or like they're smaller clutches, I've heard. So we'll see. From what I've seen on the ultrasound, she's got an average size clutch for a first time mom. I think she had like 5, maybe 6 follicles sitting at 13. So,
Nice.
but like I said, she's
Definitely
been
gotta keep
stalled
up
out
updated.
at 13 for like a little over a month. So we'll see.
Wow.
But I figured the Batman was the perfect thing to throw to her
Mm-hmm.
to test because I knew he was proven. I knew he would do the job. So I figured it would be an easy way. It'd be an easy clutch to pick out if something was, if anything came out Krypton with him.
At least you're getting the big O there, Jason. Keep up the practice, buddy.
So while we're on that note, all right, folks. This is going to be a little bit off topic from the usual discussion. How do I want to start this off, John? All right, at what length? And I want people in the chat to chime in on this one. At what length do your shorts tell you you're old, and or at what length do they say that you're young and sexy?
All right. How many people are watching? I can't see on my phone.
There's 16 people watching right
All
now.
right,
We
16
lost people here.
I want to hear from at least 5 people. Is above the knee old or make you look young? Shorts wise, we're talking shorts. If you have shorts on and you're standing and they go below the knee, does it make you look older or does it make you look younger?
I think younger.
So
Above
the knee is younger?
No, below the knee.
Okay.
Kara told me. All right, Phil, are you saying above the knee is old? You got to classify.
Okay, I'm going to do.
Clarify.
Is below the knee make you look young or old?
Old.
Okay, that's 1 for old. I
Above
want to see
the
what
knee.
guys say before we get into this.
Above the knee. Above the knee, young and
Them
sexy.
people are crazy. Don't listen to them.
Oh, Sharon, below the knee ages you.
he went
Above
and
the
got
knee
her.
is in style.
Shit. Freaking Christine went and got her. He got back up.
Yeah, all right, hold on. All right. I
You know
I
Sharon
do
wasn't
not do
watching
this.
this before now. She texted her ass and Sharon, you got to get in there now.
All right, hold on. Share it. All right. Click
For
the
men's
link,
shorts.
Sharon.
Oh
Embrace
shit!
the
You
dark
get
side.
Sharon on here, I will die.
He's got
You
it.
can't put her on. I won't be able to breathe. I already lost a life this weekend. I lost one life this weekend, Jeremy. You can't take two.
All right.
Click the link, Sharon.
Yep.
Click the link. Give into the peer pressure. Join the dark side.
Anybody
Make sure you have Nathan be your model.
If Sharon comes in or anybody watching it, don't tune out. You're gonna die. You're freaking.
What's up, Jim?
I'm telling you, I can't deliver it like this woman can.
Well, see, that's why I think Sharon needs to jump in here now that we know she's watching.
Oh, and also see is Nate in the background doing this.
She joined in just for
Johnny,
this.
come on, come out here, show the lady, show everybody your knees.
You're dead, bro.
So what is leading to this poll? Why is this coming up?
Because when we were out to eat, because after we set up Friday nights, we all go out to eat. And you never know what the hell the topic of the night's going to be or what randomly might pop into the topic of the night.
I can't believe my wife isn't here yet.
Everybody, like John and Christine and Lex were sitting on one side of the booth. Nathan and Sharon were on the other side of the booth. I came in a little late and I was trying to figure out, I was like, okay, do I sit behind John and Christine or do I sit behind Nathan and Sharon? So then that way, because we're always talking. Oh, Sharon!
I am prepping my food for the week while we're talking.
So I was trying to figure out where I needed to sit. And John, I forget if it was John or Christine or Sharon, somebody said, here, we'll scoot over and you can sit with us. So Nathan and Sharon started scooting over. And John,
here comes my demon. You're done. It's over.
And Christine said something about just watch yourself, don't touch Nathan's knees. And like, just weird shit gets said amongst us. So I didn't it's just like, okay, well, there's some funny sexual thing about Nathan's knee. And like this whole thing went on throughout the night. And then like before we left, which then led to us dying for about another half hour before we actually did leave. This whole story came out about Nathan and Short Shorts and Sharon cat calling him.
So Sharon, you got to tell them how it started in the truck on the way over. Like that's the punchline. Like that's where it starts.
Oh my God. Nathan is going to kill her.
He's going to kill us all.
Nobody's
Is he running down the steps now?
So we were in the car and John and Christine and Lexi were in the back, and I was explaining to them how I have modernized my husband. Oh shit. By making him wear shorts that are above the knee because that's what's in style.
Right.
So we got rid of all the shorts that are below the knee because it makes you look old. Like men, I'm sorry, but you start to lose your style in about your mid-30s and it just gets worse. So you need somebody to help you. Your women need to look at you. I need to look at my husband and be attracted and be happy with him. So I want, I help him. So so I bought shorts that are above the knee, and we were at the racetrack and I saw him wearing them for the first time. And I started catcalling him in front of all the teenage boys. Saying, who's that hoochie daddy out there showing off the knees? And whistling at him, and the backs of his knees got so burnt that weekend since I haven't seen the light of day in a very long time.
So you got to imagine, it's me and Christine in the back of the car with Lexi, right? She springs up basically shorts, and you know me, right? I'm like, what? I wear basketball shorts half the time. Like half the people watching, if they know me and everything, I wear basketball shorts. Like They're below the knee. I'm like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, this is a real thing. And then she proceeds to tell the story about catcalling Nathan. And poor Nathan is driving. And I'm thinking we're going off the road. Like, his head's just going down. He's like, of all effing people you tell. He's like, you tell John and Christine in our group.
Of course, of course.
So he's just sitting there. He's mortified. He's like, what the hell? Because he knows this is going to go way deeper than just some sexy freaking above the knee short shit, right? So he burns the back of his legs. He's telling us. He's like, because the son's never seen it.
He tells the guys the son hasn't seen the back of their legs since they were 5. They need to use sunscreen.
So you can imagine, like I said, we're all pretty rough on each other. Like I said, we're a real tight group of friends. So basically, after the story was told, I ain't letting it go. Christine, my wife, is 10 times worse than me. She don't come. She's not on here right now and whatever, but she's nuts with this shit. So he's walking through like the show. She's, it's forever going to be freaking yoke sexy in the short shorts.
Yep. R.I.P. to your shorts, John.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm done because now she got my wife like in this crap. Shelly,
I'm just telling you, like,
Shelly, don't have any cookouts. Don't come to no freaking events. You'll be done next too, buddy. It's over.
Sharon's gonna get a hold of Jen for you. Don't worry.
Jen, I'm on my way.
I suntan every summer on the beach, so the back of my knees don't burn.
Okay.
Or the top of my feet, so I'm safe. I can do the short shorts. I'm down.
Say, God help me.
So we're thinking. So Jeremy, this is the best part of the whole story. And like I said, I'm tearing you up, Jeremy, right now. You better get ready. This is coming, bro.
Based upon you guys knowing about this whole thing was banned. Now the whole world.
So basically, we're sitting there talking about this dinner. We're dying. I can't even eat. We're freaking laughing so hard. Like I told you, I lost a life because Nathan's face and reaction was just the greatest thing I've ever seen. So we're going to leave the restaurant, right? And basically, I had to go to the bathroom. Well, Jeremy did too. So we walk into the goddamn bathroom. What's Jeremy say to me? 7 inches or 5 inches, John? What's too short? I looked at him. There's a dude taking, whatever dumb. I'm like, oh shit. You gotta be kidding, Jeremy. Jeremy, you really just walk in his bathroom and just ask me 7 inches or 5 inches, man? Like, the dude in the bathroom, like, Jeremy doesn't even take notice. The dude's just sitting there just going, He's just basically like, I'm in here, guys. Don't be doing all that funny shit in this bathroom.
I did take my daughter to Target today and showed her the 5-inch lavender shorts, and she said, "Mom, those are too short."
Yup. So now we got the 4-inch killer. We got 5-inch and 7-inch. Like we got numbers, guys.
I'm more of an 8-inch short guy, to be honest.
I was more like, I guess, a 10, 11. But guess what? My wardrobe's about to whole change too. So you're gonna see a big stork at these shows for now because I'm a bigger guy up top and I got really skinny legs. This is not gonna be fun. I'm gonna look at a chicken.
I want to see your knees, baby.
I got the boniest,
You guys are all gonna see John's knobbly knees.
Yes. Don't forget to put lotion on them.
She's breaking poor Nathan's balls, telling him she's gonna buy him purple shorts. I said, "Oh no, where's the line drawn?"
Listen.
So, needless to say, these Sharon and John and Christine and Nathan started chiming in on this one too, giving me advice. And told me that night I needed to go into the house with my pants rolled up or my shorts rolled up.
You have to roll those bad boys up really far, Jeremy.
Guys, he
like
showed us a demonstration. He showed us a demonstration of these things rolled up. He was no.
No wonder his wife told him he looked stupid.
You want to talk about super duper dork mode? Like, it was bad. Like, Jeremy, don't do that.
So I walked into the house Friday night.
Shit.
It was like 11 o'clock. It was kind of late till I got home. Walked in the door. I was ready to see what happened, see if Sharon was right. Maybe this is like the new sexy thing of the world. This is like the key to unlocking Pandora's box, possibly. And all I hear is screaming children, mainly Hadley, and Kara yelling. And I decided at that moment this was not the time to test anything out that night. So I rapidly rolled the pants down, or my shorts down, before Kara saw how ridiculous I may have looked.
Is it? Just imagine the person who watches this on replay and they freaking tune in by accident on this section.
I'm just saying. Look
So
in like magazines or anything, like this is just today's style. The
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
younger
wanted to know
guys,
about
like
it.
my son's age, they wear them like real short. But
Yeah,
this,
real short. I was at a
These days,
carnival the other night, and I was like, "Whoa, those are some short shorts dudes are wearing."
right, yeah. So just above the knee is totally fine.
Yeah, I concur.
so I want to
because
know about
like
people in the comments. Are you going to switch to short shorts because it supposedly makes you look younger, or Sharon out of her mind, and you think it makes you look old?
That's
I did ask Kara Saturday night though. I asked her, all right, I've got a serious question for you, babe. I was like, and you're gonna think I'm stupid. I was like, but I need an honest to God answer from you.
can be.
And she gave me that look of, am I gonna like, is it stupid enough I'm gonna slap you? Or like, is this just stupid where I'm gonna laugh at you type
If you
of
asked her like you asked him in the bathroom, you deserve a smack.
Well, no, I didn't. I knew not to ask it like that, John.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, that's
After
great.
your
You knew
reaction,
in the
I
bathroom,
learned.
with the dude.
So I asked her, I was like, is shorts going below your knee sexy? And does it make you look old, or does above the knee look sexier than below, beyond the knee? And she looked at me and she goes, what are you talking about? So I explained it again. I was like, if my shorts go below my knee, is that sexier than if they're above the knee? She goes, well, Jeremy, if your shorts were above your knee, you would just look dumb. So now I don't know what to believe.
I think that you should try on a pair of fitted. Now I don't this saggy ass thing too. No thanks. And something that's cut very modern, and just go into like Target and try on a pair of 7-inch shorts.
They got
Okay,
numbers
so
on them now,
now
Jeremy. This is something I just found out. I never even knew shorts even said 7 or 5 inches.
I didn't know this either.
Too.
I remember looking at shorts when I was younger, blah blah blah, 32-inch waist, 36, now it's like 42. But it's like, that number went up, but I didn't know they had a length size.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I remember if shorts were above my knee, I was having a shit fit because I thought I would look stupid and get made fun of.
Well, that was the style then. This is what I mean. Like you got to go with the times, change with the style changes.
They
But
were
what? All
considered
right.
floods.
So we all redo our wardrobes, become in fashion again.
Women do it all the time.
Women are good
True.
at it though.
Yeah, but women just are able to adjust to change very rapidly.
Well, Christine just said us men suck, and that's why we're always 20 years back. So there it is.
So some of you guys want to wear
What's
your
up, Benji?
shorts literally
don't
to the middle of your shins. You did that when you were 15. You are all now in your 40s.
If you want your wives to catcall you, try a pair of modern clothes on. That's all.
Fair enough.
I think I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to go buy some short shorts. All right,
Just above the knee, not short, just above the knee.
well, to me though, that's short though. So the shorts. I mean, all right now.
And we
What's
gotta
the desired length, Sharon? Because I will say this: because I think Nathan pulled it up. If you do Google shorts in Google, it tells you that shorts are supposed to be above the knee. Like always, it even says
It did. We did Google that today. You're right. In the chat, we Googled it, and that's what it did say. The Google's always right? Like the internet
Correct.
don't lie.
Google won't lie to you. No.
Like I said, Nate pulls it off, but I'm afraid if I put these damn short shorts on, I'm going to look like a stork. I'm not that tall, but I do got some long, skinny mother effing legs.
But what you guys don't understand is that the long shorts make you look shorter.
You guys know who Sonic the Hedgehog is? Do you remember freaking Dr. Robotnik, the Eggman? That's what I'm going to look like.
Oh my god!
I can't wait for Hamburg.
Or
He's going to be Hamburg, Chris. Don't worry.
Or if you guys ever watched the freaking what's it called? What are them little yellow guys with the freaking one eye and
Minions.
Minions.
the freaking guy from Minions. That's him.
And no cargo shorts. Ugh.
Hold on.
Well, see, all right, see, that's all right. All
Hold
right.
up.
So
Are you telling me to wear jean shorts?
No, I'm not
No.
telling you wear jean shorts.
jean
no.
shorts are out of fashion too. I've been told.
Jean shorts are for
jeans are out of-
Sorrentino. Cut off.
Oh.
So this is how fashion went. Girls are wearing long denim shorts, and men are wearing shorter. I don't want to say khaki. Like, how would you describe them?
I would
It's like a
say
khaki material.
Khaki type.
Khaki material, but different colors. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I can't think of the word. Chinos.
All right. See, I just got schooled. I always call cargos khakis, so I didn't even know
The
that.
cargo
So.
shorts just get sloppy after a while.
Yeah, they're too baggy.
Yes.
I call cargos khakis. I had them mixed up. I didn't know there was a
Okay.
difference.
But see,
There is
I
a
thought
difference.
cargos were so nice because you had all the pockets for shit. And
Right.
Cupcake on
They
toothpicks.
don't. They're not helping you. They're not helping your wife cat call you.
So how many guys in the comments have short shorts? 7 inches or 5?
We
Like, I
know
wanna
that Chris Sorrentino's got shorty shorts, right?
I want to know who the 5-inch guys are.
There's pictures in our group already, apparently.
I'm sure there are. Stop your
Daddy
messages,
said you're gonna
Jeremy.
look like a cupcake on toothpicks.
all right, Nathan, don't hate me. Don't hate the messenger. Just hate the creator.
Nathan just unsubscribed to your channel and freaking. Oh, shit! No.
Oh, Nathan, I'm so sorry.
He said jumping message. Nathan just canceled his subscription. He freaking canceled his sponsorship.
Apparently, I'm gonna get a divorce.
Well, see, all right. See, that's the other thing. Nathan was saying how, or somebody said something about how this whole shorts thing would work out in one of two ways. Either she would be accepting of the short shorts and think it's sexy, or I would get handed divorce papers. So I was also scared as to which way this would have went for.
Just go try some on and take a picture in the mirror at the store and send them to her. And say,
The
what do you
reason
think?
this is so funny, the reason I talked about it live, whatever, because I think it might look better. I'm not even gonna bullshit you. I think it might look better. Like I said, I stood outside we went to the bar last night. We were watching the street. And I did watch all these old guys walking around in these big baggy shorts, and I watched the nice upper class guys walking around in shorter shorts, and I was like, all right, some of them look more classy, and the other guys look like bums. But there was some of them old guys that look like real freaking like nerds in them short shorts. I think they had the 5-inchers on.
Probably.
I say avoid the 5-inchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coochie cutters, men stay away from.
Yeah. I think yeah.
Except for Sorrentino.
Well, he's a whole nother ball game.
Oh my god. All right, guys. It's been real. I'm gonna go.
Well, shit, how come Nathan hasn't?
He's hiding in the closet.
I'm surprised Nathan hasn't come down at least or something and like tried to stop you from it.
I'm finding a new hobby.
He don't care.
Nathan, we love you,
Don't
bro.
care.
He's not gonna speak to me for the rest of the night.
No, please. This was funny.
We still love him.
Ain't nobody sitting in there and be like, "Oh, he looked bad." That's the point. That's why I meant to make this conversation. Like it
Oh, I
didn't
know.
look bad.
I'm
It
just
was actually a pretty enlightening conversation at the end of the freaking day.
I was gonna say, like, Nathan always see. Here's the thing: you always have to ask yourself. You look at Nathan. There's not anything that looks out of place with Nathan. He always looks very professional and
very
well maintained. I guess is the way to put it.
Thank you, Sharon.
And I guess we have Sharon to thank for this.
Yes.
But like, apparently, the rest of us, we're all a bunch of fucking slobs.
We look like slobs. That's what I gathered from this whole effing thing. That's why it was so funny to me. I'm like, Sharon, look at me like I'm a freaking bum with my bum ass freaking knees not showing.
No. I was just informing your wife of what I did.
Oh, don't
And
worry.
you happen to be there.
Don't worry. The stork will be with you soon. Nathan will not be alone. Like, don't worry, it's okay. But I'm gonna look stupid. He looks at least good.
What's up,
No.
Steven? Steven, you might want to run, dude. If Courtney is anywhere with you, just run away from Courtney right now.
Steven seems like a cool guy. I'm sure he has the right size shorts. He probably knows.
Well, he. Oh crap!
Oops, do we lose Chris?
I was gonna say, is it all crap?
Hi, Chris.
You better not freaking hide, bro. I am not freaking walking around looking like a stork by myself. Get out of here.
I will join you, John. We're gonna try an experiment here, and we're gonna have to take some hard data.
Nathan's
Okay.
will be sitting there just laughing at both of us. He's like, "Oh, you guys need not in short shorts. Like, I look good. You all look dumb."
But see, here's the thing, though. We don't need to care what Nathan says. We need Sharon to help guide us in our fashion ways now.
I'm sure there's
Well,
women out there that disagree with me, but I'm just.
We'll just say this right now. If Sharon starts catcalling all you guys, you know it worked for you. If she doesn't catcall you,
Didn't work.
it don't work for you.
Don't work.
So
Oh
Now,
my
now,
gosh.
all right.
go back to your sloppy ass shin length shorts.
But see, all right, now here's the. We have to play devil's advocate now. If Sharon doesn't catcall any of us, did we just not go short enough?
Right.
Yeah,
Or I'm
maybe.
afraid of your
Try
wife.
something else.
Sharon, I don't think you should be afraid of anybody. We should all be afraid of you and your martial arts
What did you
training abilities. I mean,
Oh, I'm not gonna hurt anybody.
I might hurt you. I might hurt your eyes when you see the stork come out.
Oh my
Steven,
God.
we're just talking about like completely not reptile related, dude, but the length of shorts and what is fashionable
Oh my
and what
God.
is not fashionable and what makes you a slob.
Yeah,
The
this was
No,
just a
I
fun,
did
just a
not
funny
call
little clip.
anybody a slob.
No,
No, she all right. Sharon didn't call anybody slobs.
No, I didn't say anything to anybody. I just told you what I did to my own husband.
To prevent him from being a slob. Here, you
He
gotta
was
realize
not a slob.
we have to exaggerate a little bit of this.
it's
Here,
not
a
funny
little
if you don't
bit.
exaggerate it. That's the greatest part.
Exactly.
You told me the biggest freaking like that. You gave me ammo. It was great.
I do that a lot.
All
I
right.
gave
What
all the
about
teenagers
just
several-
at the knee? Tara wants to know just at the knee.
Does that work?
I don't know. I mean, it probably depends on your height and everything. You know, like I don't think 7-inch shorts are gonna look the same on you as they do on Nathan. You know, so
Do they make just in case?
Look,
they
he's
make not-
already on the
Sharon.
fashion train here. So, like, John, we just didn't get the fucking memo
Hold
on
up.
any of this, apparently.
Okay. So everybody knows I got a couple inches on the height wise. So,
Oh.
they make 9-inch shorts.
I don't know. I have only seen 7 where I shop as the length. But I don't know. I mean, Owen's 6'2" and he wears the 7s. So
Because I'm afraid if I get, like, just say, like I said, Nathan's leg shorter than mine. If I get a 7, it's going to look a little different than Nathan's leg at a 7. I don't want to look like I'm wearing coochie cutters, okay? It will not be a good
I'm
sight.
laughing because people are starting to pour in. This is
We've had the highest amount of views now than you've had all night.
Oh, shit.
oh my god.
So people just poured in and Herbie stayed talking about wearing coochie cutters. Great.
Dude, right when you
Without
said
the
about cookie
context.
cutters, I think we gained like 5 people.
Oh my god.
It's fucking great.
Oh
Ashley
god.
just walked in too.
Hi, Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley popped in. Ashley's one of the uptick.
Oh my god.
Yet again, wondering what the hell did
They do
she
make
walk
8
into?
inches.
They do make 8 inches. Great. Because we're going.
Okay.
I'm going to right above the knee if we're doing this shit. I'm not trying to go too high because it's gonna look really bad.
Straight Blast Python said 9-inch length on him is just to the top of the knee.
So they make
And he
9s
won't
too?
go any shorter.
Right. See, this is good. This is actually really good because, like I said, it was just something I never thought about. When Sharon said it, man, you know me, Jeremy. I was like, I was like, did she just say short size? And it matters? I never thought about it, right? I'm 48. But it was an eye opener. But then of course, like I said, the way she told the story, Nate's face, it was just the funniest shit I've ever seen.
It's one of those things you definitely had to be there to appreciate the original way it all went down. But by God, my gut still hurts from freaking laughing tonight.
Like I said, that's our crew. I'll spin anything into freaking nuts.
Well, we just all kind of get out of hand.
Creative
sometimes.
Genetics wants you to repeat what Jeremy said to you in the bathroom.
All right. So imagine we're leaving. We're Tuesdays. We're walking to the bathroom. I was like, hey, freaking Jeremy, come follow me. Pee too. All right, cool. We walk in the bathroom. It's a little ass bathroom, guys. Guys in the stall doing his thing. Jeremy's first words to me is like, bro, do you think it's really like, hold on, 5 inches or 7 inches? That's exactly what you said to me. You didn't say anything else. I went, what? He's like, the short length. He's like, 5 inches or 7 inches. Guy in the bathroom just goes, I'm sitting there like, Jeremy, we're talking about shorts, right? He didn't even realize like anybody was in there. Like he was just on his mind, like 5 inches or 7 inches. He couldn't get that out of his head.
Jeremy was dead serious, and Jeremy
It was serious.
skipped across the parking lot, opened Sharon's door, and was like, Sharon, I'm dead serious. You need to answer this question for me. And he tucked his shorts up and said, is this what I need?
So imagine, like I said, it wasn't laughing, it wasn't funny. Like we popped in the bathroom, he said, John, I need to know 5 or 7 inches. I'm sitting there like, oh my God.
Dude, all right, see, you have to know, all right, everything cool happens in the bathroom, all right? Everything memorable happens in the bathroom.
That guy has a story for the ages. He was like, bro, these guys are about to get freaky in this bathroom, and thank God I coughed her. Who knows what would have happened? That's what he thought.
Well, all right. Going to the bathroom stuff. Way back at the last Repticon we all went to, all right? Sorrentino goes to the bathroom when I went to the bathroom, all right?
Oh boy, is this going to get interesting?
This was been told before, but we're on this. You may as well just blow the whole thing all to hell anyway. So Sorrentino said something to me, and I said, "Man, this porcelain's cold." And he said, then he goes, "Do you need a hand over there?" I said, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind it." And then he realized what the fuck.
Oh my God.
Did you have an extra person in the bathroom listening to all your conversations?
I don't know if there's an extra person in the bathroom on that one. I just know Chris started laughing hysterically and almost pissed all over the bathroom. Couldn't control himself after that.
It always makes it entertaining.
Because it was just kind of like it just flowed. Like there was no stutter in my comments, nothing. It just flowed and it completely caught him off guard.
And if anybody's watching this is us when we're together at all these shows, parties. It's 24/7. It never stops. Yep. It's literally a roast from the minute it starts to the minute you go home. And we have a private chat too with all of these everybody we know in it. And it's just a roast from the beginning of the day to the end of the day as well.
Through the middle of the night.
Through the middle of the night.
I stay out of that.
But Nathan, like I said, he's always like dressed nice. We never really have anything on him, so this was gold.
Yeah,
absolute gold.
Really, we don't have anything on Nathan up until this point. Like this is it.
He gets enough abuse.
Oh, he gets his little blind comments in on you. So he's got a little bit on you, but we all have something. He didn't have nothing. Well, now he has short shorts.
Oh my God.
We love short shorts.
Good Lord. All right. Good night, guys. I gotta finish prepping.
Good night, Sharon.
Bye.
Oh man, dude, we still got we got 17 people still tuning into this shit show of an ending of a show.
Oh, we gained one.
Oh no, dude, we jumped up. We went up, at least on my screen. It was like up above 20 there. Like we're talking about coochie cutting.
And if anybody is watching, his shorts weren't really short. They're right to the knee. But of course, I had to emphasize it like it was crazy short and everything.
Don't try to backpedal, John. You know they were a couple inches away from the knee.
No, they weren't. When he was sitting down, they might have been. They're right to the knee, but that's good. That somebody commented that 9 inches because of like my wife's doing this to me. I don't want them up 4 inches, like 5 inches above my knee.
See, I didn't know that there was lengths to it, so now I've got to like. I legit am going to give this an honest shot. And I'm going to pay attention to short length, and I'm going to try different lengths out and see what works best.
Yep, I'll try above the knee. I just don't want to, like I said, I just don't want to look too bad.
We're also screwed up in that. Talking about shorts on a freaking snake breeder channel. What the hell?
First, been moving that camera around. I thought he was about to show us his shorts. I was like,
I'm sorry. No, they're above the knee.
They're above the knee.
I was just, we couldn't even see your knee, Chris.
So you know about the style thing. So
well, they're basketball shorts, kind of like gym shorts, like you were talking about. But you know, they're appropriate.
They're above the knee.
I need to see these.
He's showing them.
I'm on a delay.
Who's showing
them? He is above the. Yep.
He's right at the knee.
They're right there. They're right there at the top of the knee, so they're appropriate.
I don't want to look old, damn it. Sharon said people with long shorts look old.
Maybe this is the key to selling snakes too, is looking young. No one wants to buy shit from old people. They want young.
Honest to God, what it was about. It's appearance, right? I know I wear basketball shorts. Maybe I'll spruce up my style and wear some short shorts. Whatever.
And I'm gonna get Nathan to make you a polo.
I'm gonna get a polo? Oh shit.
Bloomsburg is the test.
Who's ready for freaking? I'm on a diet, everybody. I'm bringing sexy back. I'm gonna wear my polo, little shorts. It's on, guys.
You're gonna be a new man.
Come see me.
John gonna be sweating his ass off in a freaking polo.
You ain't kidding. You're like, you just sweat on my snake. I'm like, I'm so sorry. They put me in a polo and shorts. I don't know what to tell you.
But I
my
look good.
wife Sharon.
Keith says his problem is he's fat with short legs.
I'm the other way. I'm fat with skinny long legs. That's where my freaking issue comes in.
Oh god, Nathan says check the.
Oh boy.
All right, wait. What's chat, Nathan?
This might not be good.
Oh.
I'm wearing a kilt.
God, this is bad that Nathan's researching this shit. All right, so the picture that has been posted by Nathan. If you're under 6 feet tall, you may want to stick to 5 to 7 inch inseam range. And that's the question, are 7-inch shorts too short? If you're over 6 feet tall, 9 to 11 inches may be more ideal inseam length. So, John, how tall are you?
5'10" now.
Right, so you can't go beyond 7 inches, dude. Like, you got to be at 7. Like, Google says so. Right there.
Guys, I swear to God,
Google isn't right. Google isn't wrong.
Laugh at me. Oh my God.
You can't go longer than 7, dude. You got to be 7 or it.
I'm gonna have to embrace the suck. That's all there is to it. I'm bringing 2 pairs.
Everybody, if you thought my displays were bright, you just wait till you see the glare coming from John's legs.
Son of a bitch.
Like a strobe light.
Oh God. Jim says because any of us ever listened to Google.
That's the whole point. Like whoever listens to Google, Google's always right.
Mr. Google Pants.
Oh God!
It just shows you how out of control life is. I mean, like you said, we're sitting here talking about freaking shorts. It's like, what the freak?
But you know what? We're having fun. People are still watching. They're probably laughing their asses off anyway. That's what this shit's about. That's why I do enjoy like just the solo kickback screw. Like,
you know what
it's a nice refresher. It's kind of like my way of hitting the reset button a little bit from the regular. routine.
I was never a real big fan of this show back in the day, but Seinfeld, like that's our lives. Like the shit that they talked about, like Seinfeld, they always like just like random craziness with all their friends. That's us. It's just the most random, off the wall, wacky shit all the time.
All right. Now this is gonna put you on the spot, John. Who is Kramer in the group?
Chris, I get that.
You think so?
He's not. No, he wouldn't be. Nathan's definitely freaking Jerry.
Yeah.
The sensible, whatever. I guess I'd be the Kramer. Honestly, God, like if you want to put it that way.
Just embrace it.
Yep.
Nathan says the secret is to get shorts that are brighter than your legs.
All right. Like a bright yellow.
Oh,
I want to know who's George. It's Costanza.
Oh, dude. Well, that you had to give that to Sorrentino, just because of that freaking picture that he puts his face on all the time.
Yeah.
Hands down, that Costanza is Sorrentino. No, like hands down. All right. Now that we've covered the shorts thing, just back to the reptile thing real quick here before we do come out, because we are at it is 10:20, so we're almost 2.5 in. What's the next show for everybody to be at that everybody can come see us? Mine is Bloomsburg.
Mine might still be Bloomsburg. I'm still, honest to God, half debating it, but it might be Bloomsburg for me too. And if it's not, it'll be Hamburg.
I say Hamburg's after Bloom.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna be waiting for Bloomsburg, so Hamburg, that'll be the next one. I'll try to make it there.
Where you at for Bloomsburg?
Yeah, I was.
No, but where are you gonna be?
Oh, I'm gonna be upstate fishing up in New York, working on my camp.
Yeah, something came up. We might have to go do something with her dad on that weekend, so it's up in the air about Bloomsburg right this second.
Nice.
We just found that out today, so I'm like, okay, we have to wait out.
Well, family comes first, though.
It's an important thing if it happens, if it's that weekend, so we have to.
Yeah, now family first on that, hands down.
For sure.
Mine will be Bloomsburg, then Hamburg the following weekend. And then I'm trying to think what's after that. And then we should all have a 2-week rest after Hamburg, and then it's Oaks.
Repticon. No?
Well, September 7th is Oaks.
It's Oaks and Repticon, okay.
Oaks, a week off, and then Repticon. Because I'm debating about this. Since we're all here, honest opinions. 3 shows back to back with one of them being a full weekend show.
Now,
do you think that's going to burn my ass out? And by the time the back to back, I wouldn't be so worried if the back to back or if the weekend show would be first, but the fact that it's last.
Now, for you, it might, like I said, it might burn you out, whatever. But for you, the shows are kind of so localized, and you have just so much to bring. I don't know if it's worth to do 3 of them in a row if you only have such a selection. Now, if you have a ton of snakes and to do a Repticon, because that audience usually doesn't come out to Hamburg, half of them might, blah, blah, blah. So that one's worth it. So it'd be a choice between doing a Hamburg and like you said, Lebanon. They're kind of not that far. So a lot of the audience from that show will go to that show. So you're kind of double showing real fast, rapid what you got. Now you might have somebody run into money that day, they didn't have it for this show and whatever, but so you got to weigh them options too. Is it worth spending the $500 or whatever it's going to cost to do that show? You think you're going to cover it? Or do you have enough animals to cover it actually? Or are you just going to burn out your supply just paying for another show if you sell 2 snakes?
Oh, that's true too. Because I think Lebanon's only $60 a table. Because I was looking at it.
Yeah.
You got to look at the cost effectiveness. Do you have the animals to burn? Just say the show, you just make your money back. Was it worth the day doing that when you could have used that money and saved it and sold it online or sold it at another show that you were going to do anyway?
But if you sell 1 carpet at Lebanon, you're golden. Because it's
Yeah.
so
He is
close to
going,
you.
but like I said, it's something that you need for the year. Do you like? Do you have to sell the carpet today, or is it something you can carry? You save that show money of something you're going to sell anyway.
That's true. I mean,
If you're us, like I said, when I got like 150 babies out, it's worth it to do bang 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 because I need them gone.
yeah.
But if you got to select like say 30 snakes, you don't mind feeding them an extra rat or two or 6 or 5. You know what I mean? 150 of them, you'd be like, oh, fuck, I want these guys. These things got to go. It's starting to cost thousands.
Well, see, I'm looking. I mean, like if I didn't have my big logo on the incubator there, where I could actually see hatch dates. I know I've got a clutch due to hatch the end of this month.
Yep.
And then after that, it's like 3 clutches are like boom, boom, boom.
That's like,
And then
you know
like a
what?
week break and then boom again.
When Chris is
So-
swimming in snakes, he's swimming in snakes, right? Like, bulls come and all that, whatever. Like, he needs to move them quick. If you're not in that same situation, I would limit your shows. Try to hit the better shows for you, and that way you can push your supply. And like I said, you're not burning money. Show for money
Yeah.
and burning your profit, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
you've vended like here, like this is where I'm kind of stuck at, because like Lebanon shows 20, maybe 30 minutes away for me.
Right.
York is 20, 30 minutes away. I have never made a presence at either of those, and they are literally the closest show that I could be doing.
Like I said, you can also use this as samples. Test them out. See if you like them.
Yeah.
You might actually love a little show. You might get a better audience, honest to God, than a big show, because you have something maybe different at that little show that somebody sits there and be like, oh shit, this guy got carpets. I never see them here, and you might sell them all.
That's the one thing, because I have gone to the Lebanon show a couple of times,
Right.
and I don't think I've ever seen anybody have carpet pythons there.
Yep.
I don't recall ever seeing carpets there.
So with that said, test the waters. Like if you think it's local enough, it's whatever. If you feel it wasn't worth it, just don't do it again. And it is small enough, like you said, $60 a table or whatever Chris said. It's cheap enough. It's not like doing a hamburger where it's $100 a table.
Yeah.
3 tables. You got to drive 2 hours to get to it. Like it's like that's a hassle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And in those shows, you could be the bigger fish in the smaller pond.
Yes.
And that's kind of like, it sounds cocky. Like, you guys know I don't like the only time I ever get cocky is when I'm being stupid and funny, haha.
Well, no,
But in all seriousness, that is the one thing I thought of, because the people I've seen at Lebanon, the only people that I would consider the bigger fish there would be Ian with Outback.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've seen Kicks balls there a few times. So I
that
guess
guy.
And they're
Fish
big. Yeah,
So
they're bigger.
the
Whatever outfits.
yeah. So those are the only bigger outfits personally that I feel are the bigger fish in that pond.
We used to do smaller shows, but the smaller shows kind of dried up after COVID in our area, like Haverty Grace and York, to make it worth us buying 4 tables and dragging everything there. Like it was tough.
Yeah.
So
And the one thing, and here's the other thing too. Maybe I try it, get 1 table, so that way I'm not doing a full display.
Just
I would
one,
do
yeah.
2 with what I would do 2 with what you got. I mean, you got it. You might as well do 2 because 2's always going to be better than 1, right? Because you spread out a little bit. It's
That's
noticeable. 1 table sometimes when you just got too much on it, people look at it and they do just blast by.
Too much clutter.
Guy for a long time. 2 tables opens you up, especially
That's
at a
true.
little show.
So by the time, actually, you know what? Because that'll be September.
Especially with a banner, like one
That'll be-
table with a banner's rough.
Mm-hmm.
By September, now I'm thinking about it.
You're gonna have 2 more clutches out,
I'll
probably.
definitely have the results back for shed test from clutch 4. Clutch 5, I'll definitely have the shed test back.
You can get away with
I'll
not taking
definitely
your
have a lot
tower.
more selection.
Like if you don't want to take your tower to
would
say
be
like a
too.
little show, you don't want to take your tower. Don't take your tower. Just spread out your displays. Throw your shirts down like you do in your hats, and you don't have to have a tower. I don't have a tower there. So throw your displays out. Set your banner up. Boom. Here I am. Check me out.
The tower is a pain in the ass to tote. but there's some females I want to get moved on because not that you guys can see I've got some free space now anyway, but there's a bunch of girls that are going to be moving over in the not too distant future, and there's a few girls that are in there that after they laid their eggs this season, like the plan was to send them on their way. So Phil wants to know, when am I going to do a live show from the table? Chris, how did that, because you and Adam did that at Tinley. Because here's the thing, I've thought about doing it, but I don't know if it's really worth it to have people if you're vending, you're not going to have the time to pay attention to what's going on in the computer 9 times out of 10.
Well, the key is you got to have somebody at your table that's going to be able to float your table for you while you're entertaining the live. That's the kicker, you know. While Adam or me were interviewing somebody or talking to somebody on the live, the other one was manning the table, and we both had the knowledge to run the table and talk to the people. So, like, if you're just bringing Dom, it might not be a good idea because he's kind of like, yellow belly, where passed out, you know what I mean? Yeah, but if you have somebody that knows what's on the table and what they're talking about, then it's beneficial. But if you're doing it by yourself, it's just too much. It's too much work. But as far as running,
hold me off on it too from doing, because I keep saying I'm going to do it at Gettysburg, but like you just said, I experienced this weekend with Dom, it's just kind of he's there. Dom is there more to help entertain people that need immediate attention, to hold them over until I can get to them, and or if there's something that they want to see, he can do it. But he's, like you said, not informed. He's not informed about what's going or about what's on the table.
Right. I think running a live from the show is kind of fun, but I think the more entertaining part is you going out and finding somebody that you want to talk to for about 10 minutes and just give them some airtime, or somebody that you show interest in, like at Gettysburg, to get like scatter shot on for 10, 15 minutes and shoot the shit real quick for carpets, a one-on-one. That's where I think it'd be beneficial. Or shooting a one-on-one with, bring John over and quick rep his brand, Triforce or Nathan, and just get them a little bit, different airtime, or even, people that are just walking through the show, customers like Nixon was at Gettysburg. Boom, jump him on for 5-10 minutes.
Brandon walking around, he didn't come to the table though. Yeah. I saw him, he's talking to somebody, but
you know what might work better, Jeremy? Straight up, don't set up at the show you're going to go interview.
Exactly. That's the other side. Don't vend it, but just do your interview stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Just set it up to do that.
White Plains, like somewhere you've never even been, maybe, or like something like a bigger event, and then go hit people that you've never really talked to barely.
Yeah,
that's true.
And just literally make it a day that you're going to go film a video and go check out a new reptile show, and in the process, like something like that. If I'm not doing a show, I go with you. Like I'll be like, all right, Jeremy, let's go.
Yeah, and just do it up as like a team, because at Gettysburg, there was guys walking around being like, "Oh, it was a slow day," but you know what? Those vendors, all I saw them was doing was walking around all day. Right. How can you professionally rep your brand at your table and sell the snakes that you work with if you're not behind your table talking to the customers and showing them your productions? If you have somebody that doesn't know your collection, or somebody that doesn't know how to talk to people about your snakes, you got to be behind your table to sell your animals, I feel, and that's kind of why I spent the whole time behind my table, and I didn't get to see any of the Gettysburg show. Like John said, you got to kind of pick and choose.
I think too many people, like when I'm talking about that part, I think too many people assume that people just know what they're looking at. And they just literally like, oh, I just put out a super mahogany clown, right? I sold that this weekend, but somebody will walk up to that. It just looks like a mahogany, like a Suma, right? So they don't really understand like what it can do with a female they got. And the long story short, with this girl, it was amazing because literally she's like, I just traded for the snake and yada yada. She's like, it came with a card, and what would go well with it? Well, you know what the craziest part ever was? She showed me a picture on her phone. It was our snake. So I looked at her. I was like, "That's our snake." It was a spot nose head clown, girl, and She's like, oh my God. I was like, look underneath. It says Triforce. And then she looked at the card and I was like, sure enough. So it ended up selling that snake that day. And that was $1,000 snake. If I didn't talk to her, ask her like kind of what she was interested, because she was looking for a male. She wanted to get into breeding and understand the genetics. And she didn't want to go low end really. She wanted to make fun stuff. The funny thing is I had a spot nose mahogany sitting on the table and she fell in love with that snake. I said, you can make them. It was a female. She wished it was a male. And I said, you can't put that, if that was a male, you can't put it to spot. Well, she didn't know anything about the spot and the spot. I mean, you can, but you don't want to shoot for Super Bowls, I told her. I was like, it's kind of, they could be squirrely, especially your first clutch.
Mhm.
So I said, this is a male that will make that girl. And I said, the odds go up. I said, because he's super. So basically, like I said, long story short, if I didn't sit there and talk to this girl and like kind of educate her what genetics do, the sale would have never been made.
Right.
And that comes down to like,
And-
that's 90% of how we sell snakes. Like you have
Yeah.
to talk to these people. People just assume that like they come up and they point at a snake and go, I want that one. You know how rare that happens?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, I had a customer. She was looking. She was very like she owned several carpet pythons, several.
Yep.
She was showing me pictures of them all. She said she wanted to get a male that would work really nice with them and this and that. And you guys know, like especially Chris knows, that split clutch between him and I was massively male heavy. So I had all those males and a handful of the males left over from my clutch.
Mhm.
And she's there looking at them. She goes, well, I just don't know. Like, she goes, well, how do you pick what you want? And she's asking, about characteristics passing down through this and that. So I was explaining everything to her on how carpets are like a roll of the dice. You can predict kind of what babies are going to look like by the parents. But ultimately, it's a roll of the dice, how they color up, how their patterns come out looking as babies. It's totally freaking random. Like, you can't, there's not like a code for it. You can line breed.
you can bring one and show.
Well, I was gonna say that was the one nice thing. I had the two yearlings there, so she could see the color change and stuff. But she already knew the color change because she's had, I forget, like 15 carpets to begin with. But she's never bred them. So I bet you we probably spent like a half hour going over stuff, looking at all the different males, and she was like, you could tell it can be overwhelming. I mean, it's overwhelming with ball pythons. It's really overwhelming, and like for me, just picking holdbacks even.
Yes, it helps so much to have, and this is something I do struggle with because sometimes I have so many snakes, to have something to show what something makes, especially a head, right? Because people
Mhm.
want to get into projects and they see the $1,000 price tags, right? They're like, oh my God, I can't afford that. Just even a $500 price. That's expensive snake though, a lot of people.
Right
Like
now,
a
yeah.
chocolate clown, and I might have like chocolate something with jeans. Head clown sitting right next to it for half the price. And they're going, well, I can't afford to make that, but I really would love to make that. And like then you turn them on to, well, this is a head. If you take your visual male to this, you'll get half babies, and you can make this, and then you can make it with this gene, like mahogany or say so, and then maybe a mahogany clown sitting right next to it with chocolate. You get to show them sometimes what the product is, and that sometimes will upsell this thing too. Like, oh my God, I love that snake, but I can never afford it. So I use that tactic a lot too, like which is like, and it's like it's not like even tactic. It's basically just honesty. I'm just honest as shit with everybody
Mhm.
to tell them what they can make,
Mhm.
basically.
And only you at your table can do that because
Only
of your
right.
passion and what you know. And not to knock on anybody else that would run your table or do any of that, they're not going to have the same embodiment to
Right.
that project that you do.
Right.
Yep.
It
So
does
if
this
you're
weird
off
stuff here.
distracted
And,
doing something, you probably wouldn't have made that sale.
Yep.
Exactly.
I'd say 90% of sales we make are on talking to people. And I watch so many people just sit behind a table like this.
Yep.
And just sit there and they wait for the customer to say something to them. And I'm like, bro, they're not gonna.
No,
So
you
guess
gotta
what?
make that interaction.
Well, everybody around you has snakes. Everybody. Like you said, that ball python shows these people cry about. Somebody's talking to them. And that's who
Yep.
they're going to deal with. They're going to talk to the person that reached out to them, talk to them nicely, especially if it's their first snake, second snake, whatever, and actually explain to them certain things. They're going to definitely deal with that guy over the guy that just sat there. Like, he didn't even talk to me. Like, he just kind of ignored me and just looked at me weird.
Yep. Well, I know, like I told them, like going over all the characteristics and shit with the carpets, and I told her, I was like, you like you've kind of got to like go with your gut instinct. If you find one that speaks to you, go with it. There's something there that you're liking a lot. And there was this one, she was like, I just can't pick, but my eyes keep going to this one. I was like, that's the one you want then. We pulled it out, and she was there looking at it. I was like, okay, well, now what does this one have that you like about it? And she's picking out all these, a couple of these different features that none of the other babies there had. I was like, this is the one you need then. It's like, if like you've picked out things that none of the others have, but this one's speaking to you. It's like, this is the one that you need then. And she went with it.
Too many guys take for granted how much they've learned by the time they're making snakes, and forget that the people coming in have no idea, like, at all what's going on. You know how many people I sell snake to? They'll go, it doesn't have spider, does it? Because they just don't know. Like, they hear spider genes bad on the internet. They know not to buy, and then they have a little list sometimes. They'll ask me questions. Does this snake have spider? Does it have any, like, all the typical questions? Does it have an eating problem? Does it eat rats or mice? Like, will it take frozen thaw? Like, they'll literally pull out this little questionnaire sometimes because they just don't know. They're spitting out what they heard on the internet.
Yeah.
Avoid spider. You don't want to do this. Does this have a dangerous gene in it that's going to make it something like shark mouth or whatever? I'm just there. You're looking at them like, wow, you watch a lot of YouTube, like, or whatever, but it's like, it's the truth. It's like, does it have a neurological issue? Is there any, like, a bad stuff? Don't breed to this snake. Like, say I saw black pastel. I heard that's bad. I'm like, no. Black pastel's not bad, but if you breed the black pastel, you could get kinky, so you got to go down that road. That's a lot to explain to somebody sometimes when you do have people around your table to really get into the soup and nuts of this shit. You're basically giving a lesson on what genetics do, how they interact, and you got to do it so damn fast and make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's a challenge. It's a super challenge. And that most guys, like I said, especially newer, they don't realize they have to do that kind of stuff. You have to make people feel comfortable. Like, you're not trying to rip them off. You're not selling them something that has spider hidden in it. Like, all that kind of crap. Because that's what these people are telling people to avoid. You got to watch these vendors doing this shit. Because there are vendors that will do that shit, right? Like,
yeah. And I had a guy comment. I don't. Maybe they'll be watching the live on replay or whatever. Maybe they're watching now. I don't know. They commented on a video. I think it was the clutch cutting of 4 because that's the only spider stuff I've hatched this year or anything that had spider in it. And they commented something about, oh wow, a breeder that's breeding spider or something like that.
Yeah, people got their opinions,
like my natural instinct reflex was like, I'm gonna nix this thing in the ass real quick because everybody knows that watches the channel. I have no problem with spider. I like it. It's beautiful. Yes, I'm not working with it as much as I was, but I still think it's a beautiful animal. And when I hit one, I'm not like, oh shit,
Just be careful with the audience you do that to, Jeremy. Like, some people, cool. Tell them, like, you see nothing's wrong with spider. But sometimes, man, just let them flap into the wind. Spider's bad to them. Don't worry about it. Just let spider be bad to them because it's not worth going down a freaking wormhole. Because if you say something wrong, they're going to look at you like you're an asshole straight up. They're going to be like, screw that guy. Like, I gave him my opinion. He then gave me an opinion I don't want to hear. Like, they just want to talk to you. So I just go, okay, I'm not, like, we won't look at spider stuff. That's my response when somebody says something about spider. I'm not like, spider's cool. I think it's freaking great snake. Like, I just stop and I go, okay, we won't look at any spider stuff. Like, I don't really have any, but
if it's at a show, yeah. But I mean, this was like a comment on one of my videos.
Oh, yeah.
And I just, I told him, it's like, it's not a neuro issue. It's an malformed inner ear. I went through the very simplified version of debunking this whole thing. And they commented back. They're like, "Oh no, I wasn't like dissing on you." They're like, "I was actually shocked that it was good to see someone working it because they thought it was a beautiful genetic as well, even though it's got the bad rap that it has."
You got to be super careful with just misunderstandings with people too. Like, you can say something just wrong, and you didn't even know you said anything wrong, and they got an opinion of you now. I got a guy standing outside my table telling his buddy, he's like, "Oh, that guy works for freaking Super Black Pastel. They're Super Black. That was Sumas." He's like, "I can't believe he did that pairing." And I hear him talking about it, and I'm like, I leaned in. I was like, "They're Sumas. They're mahogany. There's no kink gene." But he was trashing me to his buddy within an earshot of me. Basically, so that information would have went into that kid's head. Basically, Johnny and Christine are ship breeders. They're breeding supers, and they're selling them on the tables. and like that's bad to them because I heard it's a kinking issue. So that's
Yeah.
that's the stuff he was spreading into his ear, but he didn't understand there's other ways to make black snakes.
Mhm.
So that happens all the time, man. Like it's crazy, this industry. So you have to like
You
take
do
some
have
of
to
it,
watch.
let it rain one ear and out the other. Sometimes you talk, sometimes you correct, sometimes you don't. You kind of just let these people do whatever, but just always just stay engaged and just be nice and courteous. Like, and that's all there's to it. Like, if anybody wants to bend or stuff, like that's it. Just
See,
don't
that's
sit
one thing
there.
I am. Like, I always try to stay very polite. I try not like. At least I think I do good about not going overboard, getting carried away. Even with responding to comments, I always try to make everything polite, nice, but also informative. If there's something that I feel needs to be
You're good.
corrected, or if
You
there's
got
some
the gift of gab. Chris is real good. I've been bending with Chris from now freaking what 12 years, Chris. I mean, I always see him talking to his customers. Everybody that ever has interaction that buys snakes off us and him say the same. Say Chris is the most knowledgeable guy they know. They say with the snake genetics. Like I hear it all the time, and I reinforce it. It's like, yo, that he knows his shit. He's a great dude because he
Yep.
sits down and talks to his customers. So it's good. But there's a lot of guys we do know that don't do it. Like it's just like, and I try to drive some into somebody's heads, and they're just like they don't got it. But then they're the first to bitch about shows sucking and everything else too. So
Yep.
yep. And the days of people walking around just usually buying with their eyes and being like, I want that one, just point at it. It's slim because so many people have so much cool shit these days.
Yep.
There's so many cool snakes to pick from.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where your brand's got to make people want to buy from you.
You're selling yourself basically. That you're an
Yep.
open book basically. That anything ever happens, they can call you. If you're available like that and can answer questions like that, that's a home run. It's kind of like being a house painter. Like that's what I do for a living. If somebody can leave the house, leave me their keys, and not worry about nothing's ever going to go missing in their house, they'll hire me 1,000 times over versus somebody that never came into their house.
Exactly. You won already.
Yep. So basically, you're trustworthy, and they're going to tell their friends that you're trustworthy.
Mhm.
And like I said, when you're working $1 million house, it's very important. And snake breeding's the same exact way. So if somebody walks up to somebody and say, John and Christine told me a snake, it ate like a beast. The genetics are freaking awesome, blah, blah, blah. Their friends are likely inclined to come to us and be like, talk to us versus a guy that's just sitting in a row, not talking to any customers, not and with maybe dirty displays and whatever else. That guy's not selling a snake. Because the
Yep.
reptile community talks. They all talk to
Oh,
each
yeah.
other. We all know each other. Even if we don't
Oh.
interact with them, we know who they are, especially local.
Every shit gets around real quick in the
Real
community.
quick.
Look at how quick. I mean, not that I want to dive into it or bring it up, but look at how quick that sunset clown shit went around real freaking quick.
Like I said, you got your
Real
mouthpieces
quick.
on the top end. You got your internet guys like that people really respect. Like Bob Boo says something, people listen.
Oh, yeah.
Darian says something, people listen. Whether they like him or not, they listen. Because literally, freaking, like I said, he's a pinnacle in this industry. So if some kind of shit talk goes out, he gonna latch on to it because, like I said, it's publicity. Any publicity is good publicity. You're gonna hear about it, and if you don't agree with how that went down, you have an opinion of that man, and you never even met him.
Yep.
Yep, image is everything in this.
Absolutely.
Before we call it a night, I do want to show you one thing, John.
Oh boy,
Is it 5, 7, or 8 inches?
I hope it's 9.
Maybe 50.
I was hoping for 12.
That's a little bit bigger than 12.
Jeremy Holmes.
Yep. Look at that ugly ass thing.
Look at how beautiful this girl looking, dude.
Oh, wow.
She's
There
looking
might be
awesome.
lace in that.
Babe, grab the lace I just got back from Lathan. I want to show you what I just got back.
Where's it at?
Right bottom where the Candino was. She's looking great.
Dude, she looks free. I would show you the boy, but he deep in shed, dude. He look like shit right now.
Now she's the cinnamon version. I'm going to show you the black pastel version.
Phew.
I just love that side. Like the sides on her, just my goodness.
Did she bite you?
No.
No. So this is the black pastel version with citrus pastel, which is a lighter pastel. And the flame gene instead of fire.
Oh wow.
Oh, damn, look at that. You could have
So
fucking probably told me Calico
Nathan
was in that.
Calico? Yeah, now it's Fader gene. Fader, which basically to me it might even be original Sandblast college stuff.
Dude, that's freaking nuts.
So Nathan had got this as a baby off me back in probably 2021. And he's got a lot going on over there with some crazy stuff. So basically I was like, for room, he's like, yo, you want to do something with this girl? She's not ready yet. But I was like, yeah, we can't let her roll, dude. Like, we'll do something with her.
Yeah, man,
So
she's nuts.
Yeah, I was crazy. Like I said, he got her back after all these years and freaking to get to see her bigger now. It was crazy. So this is, like I said, a citrus pastel flame, black pastel lace.
Jeez.
Possible head ghost.
That's nuts. That's beautiful.
And Fader gene or Sandblast gene or whatever. We're going to call it Fader because that's what I bought it off of Amar back in the day. So it made all that ringer stuff back in the day, like and there's a chance of me knowing me. There's probably had pied in this girl. My original boy that came in, I got back off of Ben Siegel auction, and it was that's when Flame came out and Citrus Pastel, and I won them in an auction. The Black Pastel, Flame Pastel, Fader, possible head pied, and that's what I started making all my Matter stuff with back in the day. So it's good to see her back. It's cool.
Heck yeah.
You showed me that girl. It just reminded me. It was kind of crazy.
Well, we were talking about that girl and that boy that I got from you guys, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna at least show her off to you because she's just gorgeous. I do the male, but like I said, he's deep in shit. He looks like shit.
Like I said, I don't know when I'll be back on, man, but I got some. I can't wait to show everybody some shit. Like there's some stuff popping off over here. I can't wait to show people.
So you let me know when you're ready to do a live, John, and actually bullshit and show shit off, and we'll just have a bullshit and show shit. Just bullshit and show session.
Just because I want to say it one more time because I'm so freaking excited, and you guys will see it soon. We finally hit the blackhead, leopard, yellow belly, clown ghost.
I can't wait to see that thing when it sheds, man.
Bro, the head's right at the top. It's about to pip. It's like any day.
Woo.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. I'm just over the freaking
moon. You're having an amazing season this year. I will say that.
That
you're
snake,
a good season.
I started that snake from scratch back in like literally 2017. So it's been literally 6-7 years from me trying to create and make that snake, and we finally hit it.
That's so nice.
So
I can't wait to see that thing out.
Christine cut it. I've been scared to death clown ghost cuts because I suck. I literally did almost 200 eggs, man, and missed. We did hit one in that span, but so she cut it was the first egg. So I almost fell out of my chair.
Hell yeah.
I said, is that Jawa?
That's Jawa.
Houdini!
That's Jawa coming to see his buddies.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. Let's call it a night. It's 11 o'clock almost. John's camera says it's done.
Wrap it up.
It fell off the A1 sauce, bro. I got A1 sauce hold my camera up. We had Stromboli tonight. Yes. It was cheat night.
Oh, man. So everybody that is still watching this or watching this on replay, next weekend, Chris down below here, my brother Chris, being S Reptilia, will be hosting the live. He's got Wiz Tang, we got Wiz Constrictors, Malacio in the house, along with T from Keys Constrictors on. They're going to be talking about some really good topics, having a blast. I will be tuning in and listening while I play catch up and get done all the shit that I'm going to have to be playing catch up on that night.
That's all right. You get done what you got to get done. Don't worry about us.
I appreciate you. I will definitely, I will be listening. I probably won't even be in the chat. I'll be that damn busy, but no matter what, I'll be walking around with you in my pocket.
Good deal.
So thank you very much, you again, for doing that for me. I appreciate it. This
Yeah, man.
week's video, folks, will be the clutch cutting of clutch number 5. You will not, and I repeat, you will not want to miss this video. It is, I would say it was probably one of the most anticipated clutches of the year to see how this thing goes, because it's probably, and well, I know for a fact that since we missed on clutch 4, this is definitely the highest dollar clutch of the year as well. So super excited for you guys to see what we did hit and get your opinions on what we did hit, because I bounced ideas and got confirmation from everybody else in the group. So I'm pretty sure I know what we got is what we got, but hey, let's see what you guys all think as well. But yeah, that's what's going on here. And then, like I said, not this weekend, but next weekend, we will be up at Bloomsburg for the reptile show up there. So make sure you guys come on up, say hi, check us out, and leave home with a carpet or a ball python. But either way, leave home with a snake from us. But thank you. Thank you again, guys. I appreciate you all joining me tonight. It was a blast. I'm pretty sure, as John so elegantly put it, I was gonna say, what the fuck did John pull a bracelet out?
Yeah, what a bracelet.
It looked like a freaking bracelet.
I'm promoting your carpets to some people. Somebody buys them.
The bracelet goes with the short shorts.
I'm waiting for John to take a hit because I thought he was going to get
hit my thumb. Her name is Penny because she got penises.
Many penises.
Many penises, so she's Penny. Peeny.
That was part of the stipulation when Christine picked her, was that she had to give her a name that, you know, dealt with the what was on the side of her.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, she's freaking awesome. I love her.
Dude, just wait, man. In a year, you're gonna love her even more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm anxious to see how she colors up, because she's gonna have an amazing contrast. And she
just like bite my fingers, man. Okay.
That's the funny. Like, they're so feisty. Some of them are so feisty, and then some of them are just so gentle. I got a message from the one guy, Avelio, that got one of the. He got his one male already. He's still got to get his one female yet from me. But he sent me a text today. He goes, dude, he goes, like, you can hand feed this thing. He goes, it just comes up and like it's so gentle. I was like, some of them are very gentle. Like, you could almost hand feed them. Yes. I told him, don't count on it for the rest of their life, because they will realize what they are soon.
Yeah. Got that cool ass. I love that stripe.
That is so wild.
I think that's the one. That's the one that she picked off the rip when I showed off the clutch picture to the group.
You know me, man. I snuck in there. I was like, ooh, she's cool.
I said, she is badass. Man, she's so freaking pretty.
She's trying to bite Christine. What a little bitch.
And I do, if I do recall, I believe Mel's hooked on him now too, after being over at your house for a while.
You could thank freaking him coming over here. He actually fell in love with this thing.
Mel, we got, like, bro, we've got, let's see, there's 5, 6, hold on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 11 babies left, Mel.
Speaking of Mel, I'm gonna get some Mel's meat in my mouth.
Ooh. Out of 27 carpet babies, there's 11 left. Now, granted, I will say this: 5 of them did stay here. But that's still
27.
I say that's still, like, you know, that's pretty good odds. I mean, they did move pretty damn quick, so I'm happy with, like, I hate when they do move too fast, though.
Oh yeah,
because then it's like you didn't get to enjoy them. And some people probably saw the Penny there striking like crazy, thinking, well, how's that enjoyable? They're just fun to work with, folks. The little bit of spunk and feistiness is fun to work with when they're that size, because they do work.
But they'll calm down. I mean, I'm not worried about it.
But that's the fun aspect of them. Like, they have such big personalities, and they're very individual, very freaking individual. And so there's some that
most people buying them anyway.
Calm and gentle.
Most people buying them anyway usually have experience with some kind of snakes.
True. I did have some little kid wanted to.
Mel's meat. Shit's amazing.
Mel's meat.
Find it at the Triforce stand. We're at any show you go to.
Anybody local in
Delicious.
Pennsylvania, like I said, they know us. Like if you want to put an order in for some beef jerky or have Mel cater a party or whatever, Mel does barbecue. Real close friend, and it's amazing.
So I know I've had a couple people ask if I'm gonna for the next year's barbecue what I'm gonna do. I do think I'm gonna maybe have Mel cater it.
Like I said, anything barbecue related, but friggin' pork and all kinds of stuff he does. Like so, if you're local to Philadelphia area, Delco, King of Prussia, Norristown, like he does deliver within 45 minutes of basically where he's at.
Nice. In 2028, we're having it at my place because it's going to be on Saturday and on my birthday.
Oh
shit!
51, baby.
Damn, you're getting old, man. Getting old.
Hey, fuck you.
Did you say 2028? I just called that. I'm like, hold up.
You got 4 years.
I'll be 50. I'll be 50.
2.
You're my age, right? You're 48 now?
47. You're a year older than me.
So 2027, I'll be 51.
Yep.
They got me all up.
I'm the young pup of the group. Yes.
Damn it.
37 bitches suck on that, but I got more gray hair than probably all of you.
And a bigger gut too.
Dude, I definitely. Well, I don't know. John might give me a run for my money a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I got him beat by a couple inches.
You better watch your fucking mouth. I've lost 20 pounds, sucker.
At Hamburg, we're gonna do a crop top and shorty shorts competition.
Oh man, definitely get Sorrentino involved.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
6 foot. And what do you weigh?
Last time I was
not Hollywood weight.
255, I think.
Oh shit! I got you crushed.
And he's shorter. He got you.
I was 260. What do you think I'm now?
Oh, dude, I wouldn't even be able to freaking guess.
I was 260.
I'm a terrible judge at weight. I will be
about 5
completely
months ago. I'm down to 224.
Nice. Congratulations, man.
Hell yeah. Trying. I got about 24 more pounds to bring in sexy back.
Yeah. Then you get them short shorts and you will be sexy.
You can do that with 5 or 7 inches, John.
Yep. I know. I'm still going 9, bro. I'm still going 9. But we're not getting crazy right away. I mean, we got to work into this freaking pelican. This shit.
Google said 7, bitch. You can't go less than 7 or more than 7.
The creative said 5 to 7 inch. No, we're going. We ain't going crazy yet. If I pull off the 9s, bro, I might just shoot straight to the 5s. So I might bring all the boys to the yard. I'm telling you.
All right. On that note, folks, we are going to end tonight's live with the great words of wisdom from John himself.
You heard it first.
Why old Chris is all freaking sucking on Mel's meat back there, right?
Yeah, well, my fuckers
I can't get enough.
But everybody, thank you so much for all the love and support. Make sure you guys do hit that like button, please. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Drop a comment after this video is over. Let me know what you guys thought of it. What your thoughts are for the changes of the channel with, not doing the clutch pullings anymore and just kind of skipping that part. Should I do the clutch cuttings and the updates all in one video? Drop that as well. Let me know what you guys think. John, Chris, thank you very much, guys, for joining me tonight. Greatly appreciate it. It's always fun. And you guys will see Chris next week here. I won't be here. I will be tuning in, though, but I won't be here. It's going to be this guy.
You'll be with us in spirit.
Damn it. It'll be glad you guys were
take to get this right.
That one. You'll be watching this guy.
It'll be awesome. Can't wait.
So thank you very much, everybody. I do appreciate all the love and support. And I will catch you Download. How do I purchase one of the carpet python hatchlings? Message me on Instagram. Download. My link is in the description down below. Message me, and then I will get back to you. It won't be tonight. I'll get back to you tomorrow. But message me on Instagram or send me an email. My email as well is in the description down below. It's in my link tree. So do one or the other. Either way, get a hold of me. Like I said, there is 11 babies left. So grab quickly.
Just remember, he doesn't have a light box yet, so the pictures might not be as good. They're way better in person.
Well, everything's always way better in person. But I do have to say, the phone has been able to capture the carpet pretty damn close.
So they're really badass. They all look different, so they're pretty cool. I
was gonna say the best way to go about picking your carpet, you might want to do this before you message me too. Go through and watch the carpet video that I have posted. Now there is more carpets available from the second clutch, which that video hasn't dropped yet, but I can send you some pictures and stuff if there's nothing in that first video that does float your boat. There are more carpets that haven't been fully released yet, so keep that in mind. I will also, actually, if you wait a couple of days as well, I'm going to be putting everything up on my Husbandry Pro store, so you will be able to see pictures of them on the Husbandry Pro store. So you can also wait like a day or two and check that out as well. But either way, get a hold of me and we'll figure it out. Everybody, greatly appreciate all the love and support. Yeah, Real Rezo says theirs looked way better in person than it did on the video. I do my best, guys, with trying to represent them. It's like anything, though. They always do videos.
They get better every shed. That's all I can tell you. And then they like legitly get better every shed. The older they get, the better they get. They are that snake.
Yep, they are definitely the ugly duckling that turns into the swan.
Yeah, they are their worst little.
Yeah. But download, message me, however you want to do it, and we'll figure it out. Like I said, I've got 11, so I do think they will disappear rapidly. They've disappeared pretty quick already, so definitely don't hesitate too long. But everybody, guys, thanks a bunch. Appreciate it. You almost think I had Mel's meat in my mouth. I mean, if you didn't. Anyway, on that note, we're done, folks. Before this conversation goes way south, catch you guys. Well, Chris will catch you guys next week. I will catch you at Bloomsburg, and if I don't see you at Bloomsburg, I will catch you that Sunday here. Catch you guys later. See ya.
Good night.
Bye.